First event where we have Testament, and surprisingly, we only did have like a couple of Testament signups, and even out of those, only one made it to the final roster. But hey, I think Testament didn't necessarily end up being as like easy to pick up and play as a lot of players would have expected initially.
Yeah.
I think Testament definitely is not a technical character by any means, but there's definitely a lot of presence of mind going into playing them, especially since you have to manage like a couple of extra resources, being the succubus mark and of course the stain, and you know, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, I think it's one of those characters that really is going to take some time for people to unlock their potential. I don't think it's a character you can evaluate by kind of week one presence, just like Happy Chaos was, where Happy Chaos kind of took a bit to really get into their stride as a character, and especially with people like Deb Ramola developing strategies and techniques to play them. I think that's going to be similar to Testament. I think Testament has a lot of potential things that we still aren't really aware of how they're going to work. A lot of mechanics that are going to take some time for people to unlock the potential of. I mean, the main big thing was just how you taught me just yesterday about that succubus super being preventing it from being avoided by jumping over by using stain. Mm-hmm. Really surprised me already, and it's just such a small thing that's so easily missed that I think we are likely to get more moments like that coming
in. And there was even more to it. There's an interesting interaction how after Nostrovia, your crow returns to you from a low position. So technically, right after Nostrovia, you get an opportunity to do, like, for example, 2k into crow again. So it's essentially also a free bird.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just small things like that as people play more with the character are going to start seeing are really gonna unlock the potential of their like their potential as kind of a fighter. And so I think it's easy to just say that they're bad right now, they feel incomplete, but I think their completeness as a character is going to come as a result of people spending time with them, which I think is always a good sign of design in a fighting game, is when a character has space to grow based on people playing with them.
Yeah, I think in terms of like what is important in Strive, I think a lot of people are concerned about, being able to convert hits, and that especially will be hard until you master like using your succubus and using your stain to its fullest. Because like a lot of buttons like /, 5 heavy, randomly just don't go into much unless you already have set up like some of your conditions to perform the combos.
Yeah, and I think that's just going to be it. I think the moment people can reliably be looping things like stain and building pressure off of that, I said give it a month's time and most people are going to be complaining about how oppressive Testament is.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. But anyway, other than Testament, we got a lot of other stuff on the roster as well. Lots of changes from the original one. I will not even attempt to remember what the first draft was. But I think initially we had CarrotOfWisdom versus Envy. We've rotated that around a little. It's gonna be ZoKHiZ versus CarrotOfWisdom at the end of the event. As well as Red Raven had to unfortunately withdraw as well, so we'll have Vigilante versus the Weed.
We also had Bulastro from Portugal, who had to unfortunately cancel.
Yes. And I think that was initially supposed to be Neat versus Bulastro, but that whole matchup got scrapped. So we got Leah versus Matt, who also played last week for the first slot.
Yeah.
And even within that, I think Leah was initially was wanting to play Testament, but didn't necessarily have all the time in the world to lab it out. So they much rather chose to play with Kai this time around again. Also,
sorry.
Yeah, and yeah, you actually go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's going to be interesting. You know, we're gonna get a little bit of a run back a week later. The last week's matchup between those two ended by going to the very final round of the set, so it's definitely gonna go either way again this week. So it'll be interesting to see kind of a developing record between these two players.
Yeah, definitely worth of a run back, if any. Also, I think from the original roster, we had Invalidvalue join the fray. And yeah, the second slot matchup today is going to be super interesting. It's going to be Invalidvalue, Nagoriyuki versus Envy Soul. So yeah, we got a lot of bombs.
Mm-hmm. Always good to see Invalid play. I like watching their gameplay.
Yeah,
and,
it's
I don't think I've seen much of Envy play actually.
Yeah, same. I think only once before on Bounty Hunters. I'm gonna pull up my cheat sheet. Yeah, only one. Played against Nekomaster a couple of events ago. But other than that, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that matchup now. That was.
Yeah, usually it can be a little difficult to feature like strong players from Middle East, especially since, you know, the connections might not work as well as we'd optimally want for especially like Western Europe, Middle Europe, even to like other Middle Eastern countries. It can be a little rough.
Yeah,
as we
a lot
noticed,
of it tends to be down to the routing, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then in terms of like skill level, when you got these killers, you can't really match them with, you know, the middle of the road players too easily. You gotta give them run for their money. But luckily, we were able to find this solution, Envy versus Invalid. So we're gonna have a good match and get to feature Envy more.
So I have to say, I was watching Exert Archives last night, and you know, there we had a wonderful Axel player by the name of Coomer Master 69420, and now we have someone called 69 the Weed. So I don't know if you guys are related or if you just are one of the same mind, but honestly, I appreciate the energy and I want more of it.
Same vibes.
The vibes are immaculate.
Although there's a big difference between Coomer Master for 2069 being an alternative nick, whereas I think the Weed is just, you know, fully committed to this this internet alias. So
yeah, I do think the commitment of the Weed does make them more powerful for it. And you know, they're playing a big hitter from the Portuguese community with Vigilantes, so that's going to be an interesting matchup to see, you know. Just a few days ago, I actually was playing against a Vigilante, getting some practice in, and by practice in, I mean, you know, getting my face beaten in. So it's always good to see what he can bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, who else do we have here on the chart? Dekapact? I don't think I know them very well.
Yeah, Deka's technically our honorary Finnish person. They are, at least a couple of years ago, they were still here for university. I believe I don't want to. I don't. I'm pretty sure they're from the Russian side of things, but living in Finland still, extremely strong Kai player. In terms of like Kai players in Finland, if I had to like name the strongest active ones at the moment, Deka would definitely be one of them. In addition to probably Kai as well, who is also not super featured, mind you. I would actually love to get Tofma on board. Maybe I'll like drop them a private message and see if they.
Oh no.
Oh, did you drop on the lobby?
Yeah, I got dropped for being AFK. Since we're out here waiting for our players. Typically, this isn't the problem because I do just connect, and because the matches keep coming, I don't get booted. But I've been in for a while. That is not. I do not have the room code in my clipboard anymore. Let's get back in.
I think it's like half an hour or something, after which the game will actually boot you out if you haven't moved at all.
Which typically hasn't been an issue. Just waiting on Leah to get in.
Yep. Supposedly she's on her way. And we're on our way to soon getting the first matchup started. Kai versus Ram. Pretty much a footsie matchup if I've ever seen one. As much as matchups can be footsies in Strive.
Yeah, I think Kai forces any matchup to be footsie based, and then Ram is playing footsies with two giant metal swords. So I think it balances in a way. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. Last week we saw these two play again, as I mentioned earlier, just was very, very close. So, I wonder if it's going to repeat. If it's going to repeat itself, it's going to be close again. One of the players has been putting in work and maybe has pulled ahead. We're gonna see.
Yeah, although there is a little bit of a wild card factor in terms of these players not initially knowing that they were going to play a rematch of last week. So, yeah, we'll just have to see how things have changed since. Already looking to whiff punish here, Leah.
As far as Kai players go, Leah was playing very aggressively, which is, I don't think would be a very common thing to see in this matchup. But then again, when the option is to be getting these kinds of hits out of Ram, you'll take any sort of advantage you can get.
Ooh, catches Leah jumping. Looking for that one hit. In this situation, actually shooting the swords might not be a bad idea. Usually when you throw them willy-nilly, like for example mid-screen, you're gonna lose access to those swords for a very long time, but when you're looking for that last hit, good punish there. The 216S special, punishable on block for characters who have long-reaching moves, and Ram definitely has one. This will probably go into a wall break and gets it as well. Damn. Kai has some pretty decent damage as long as you have the corner and a decent start.
Yeah, and even if you don't just get the damage in a single combo, just being able to maintain pressure as Kai is kind of a classic, Getting heavy fireball Oki gets you such an advantage to play off of that it is very valuable. And here we're gonna see it again, I think. Oh. Now the burst is forced out of Regox, but on very low health. And Leah still has one that Regox has to play through, but again, Ram in the corner, a lot of pressure, but Leah
Damn.
slide forward.
Regox
Regox a step in the corner.
Yeah, sort of committed to that air dash reset pressure, but Leah was ready to dash out just then and there.
Interesting change in pace, you know. The last few, all of the rounds from the previous match, Leah was very aggressive to start with, and now just a very passive start. Oh, Regox will take this to the corner, and now the pressure begins, forces the burst out of Leah.
Really important to be able to build real estate here, not be cornered against Ram.
Being overly respectful of Regox's burst here, Leah kind of loses the opportunity to get a better conversion and sending Ram over to that corner.
You know, I'm surprised that Leah actually missed with that 6B. Against Ram, Far Slash, and even I think 5 Heavy, the 6B tends to be a pretty decent option, but was probably out of the active frames already. Ooh, throw a little too early, but Leah doesn't manage to break out of this. Reset the pressure with the flip kick, that's plus in this patch. Ooh, too far!
Yeah, that disjoint on the far slash really helped Regox just punish Leah for placing a bit too far apart. And now Leah in a very dangerous position, even with burst. That's not gonna help a lot. And again, already 1-1. This is immediately turned into a situation where both of the players are just... Oh, the words in English are escaping me, I apologize. the European in me just wants to speak Portuguese. But no, just both of the players are at each other's toes. What I'm trying to say.
So far, the conversions have definitely been better than last week, so I think both of these players have the sort of more confidence this week than last week, it looks like.
Yeah. Oh, the whiff punish on the jumping heavy. Blocking the burst, unfortunately drops the punish.
Has the meter, this should be a kill, unless... Small spaghetti, but we still get a reset. No worries. If you reset your opponent at that range, Ram is still in a pretty decent position with like S buttons, 2S, far heavy. Ooh, challenges on the flip kick. I think that's like +1 or +2. I can't remember, but... Or maybe it's not. I thought they changed that to be plus, right?
The Ram split?
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure it is punishable by a lot of characters' fastest moves. I do punish it as, you know, but I don't know how much of that is just me being able to also then low profile a lot of what Ram does.
And finds the throw. God, I kind of want to check the frame data because I know it didn't used to be super good, but then during the last patch
I'll do some live homework right now. So
the chat said flip is +2 now. Yeah, that sort of aligns with what I was thinking. That was one of the more interesting changes as well. Like,
it is. Oh, if you if you do it in the air, it can be minus depending on how late you're hitting it.
Right. It's an interesting tool in the air as well. Like if you bait anti-airs with it, you can actually like sort of cross up and end up in a pretty difficult to deal position. So that move definitely received a lot of love since last patch. Get the throw towards mid-screen, try to get the OTG, not quite.
Yeah, several OTGs is good for finishing things off, but you are left quite vulnerable. A lot of characters that, if you don't hit them from max range, they'll still get up and get a small punish on you. So that's a risky move, but Regox still managed to get the round, so the risk was definitely worth it.
Ooh, yeah, respecting, so the sword explosion offering more opportunities for Regox to get back in the position. Here we go, this should be a wall break. Big ram damage.
Yeah, I mean, not breaking the wall as Ram sometimes is the big challenge, but Ride the Lightning as a whiff punish, it's too far back to break the wall, but getting corner pressure as Kai is probably better, and Leah can definitely, yeah, just play off of that.
Ooh, does Leah get the punish?
Respects the meter.
Good chase there on the backdash using Stun Dipper. That's such a nice, comfy tool for a lot of footsie interactions. You would think it's like, it's this classic, you know, tool that people consider mindless because it's 5-frame startup and tends to catch people, but in the right hands, it is a really potent whiff punish tool as well.
And yeah, the biggest thing is, I think that the big problems that come off of people's use of Stun Dipper is a lot of Kai players you will find just overuse it, which, you know, leads it to be a very predictable tool, but in moderation, it's very powerful. On Leah once again fighting the grab on the gap, another one.
And there we go, the Stun Dipper once again.
The backdash, yeah.
Yeah. When you have a tool that moves forward so much, yeah, it is comfy, especially if you have 50 meter to back it up. I think the downside is if the opponent is respecting and you go for that, you will have to spend that 50 meter. Look at that! Sliding under into a combo!
Just barely getting hit by that burst as well. That could have been a very good position for Leah. And once again, grabbing on the gaps, just...
Nice, good check there on the Kai flip kick. Ooh, being very respectful, trying to bait the burst. Regox that time didn't flinch.
This is also a Ram with a full bar of meter right now, so that's definitely something you have to be scared of on the wake-up situation.
You gets the
grab.
pro.
Yeah.
No wires is so far. Ooh, that's
yeah, they're not being contested, so I think as long as... Oh, okay.
Oh, ends it early though. There might have been a potential to get the kill, but might have been worried about the burst as well. Here comes Regox though. Oh, gets crapped out of the pressure.
And a classic Kai, just grab into grab. Run up grab.
Yeah, nice whiff punish once again.
Pulling ahead today, you know, we were talking about how close this was last week, and you know, she's just coming in here and getting a very sizable lead on Matt, so...
Yeah, I think since like the Kai pick was fairly new-ish to Leah, now that they have had like one extra week to, you know, ponder about stuff, it's actually really showing.
Yeah. Ooh. Regox in a very precarious position, but the trade, unfortunately, not favorable for Ram.
Placed far slash.
I was going to say is that, you know, yeah, and we're about to see it well, is Ram deals so much damage that you can never really count her out of a round, truly. Even at a health deficit, a lot of the times, she can pull things back on a single combo.
Yeah, even if you're not in your most comfortable position, like this screen position where you can't access the corner, if you have meter, you can still basically use 50 and sort of carry them into the corner, and then once they are in there, you don't necessarily have to use meter anymore for your conversions. So she's perfectly fine spending the doff for getting the corner position.
Oh yeah. Especially when you have such good tools for controlling the neutral. It makes a character that relies. Oh no! Oh, punishes, and now there's a Ramafel with a whole lot of meter, but Aaliyah with also enough meter to be putting up pressure.
Ah, Regox just doesn't get to use it. I think that's been a common theme so far. Regox has been very good at gathering that meter, but not necessarily able to put it to full use yet. But that's a very normal problem for like a rookie class players. Don't necessarily have the muscle memory for the best things where to sink it.
Yeah, I mean that is a big thing I struggled with personally, and I can definitely sympathize with. You know, sometimes you just don't really you don't have in your brain's kind of automatic responses the best situations to just, you know, throw out a reversal, or even just using, you know, Roman cancels to extend combos, or the confidence to use them to create more pressure.
Yeah, it requires presence of mind. Ooh, I think
Will this catch the air dash?
Yes!
Oh!
You can recover out of that air dash a little faster than in Exert, but still, if you commit to that button, it is still fairly vulnerable for a long time.
And the air dashes being slower in Strive in general kind of leads them to be more punishable on reaction, you know? Someone sees that yellow disc showing up and can press a button that would punish the opponent's advance.
Ooh, unfortunate, flipping to the wrong side, giving Leah the corner pressure. Here's the throw, here's when it starts.
Oki. Oh, slight delay, creating a bit of a custom frame trap.
The sword returns back, and wow, just like that. That was just a couple of combos that Regox used to reclaim the position from the right corner to the left one. Great comeback.
Yeah, I mean this is what I was talking about. You can never count a RAM player out of a round until that health bar is at 0, because even just a stray hit with just the right amount of presence of mind can be converted. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Are you also disconnecting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Well, the best out of that situation, even if this is a disconnect, it's very early to the round, so...
Yeah, we did disconnect. Oh, Regox seems to have gone from the room.
It could be little internet issues, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh, Matt is actually typing? Well, at least it wasn't spectator kick, so we can still count this as a safe day from that one specific bug.
Oh yeah, because they did announce that they fixed the spectating in lobbies, so hopefully no more dropping out of rematch lobbies. Oh, also I got a message from the Vigilante who said that they had an emergency as well, so can't show up today. Ooh, that's unfortunate.
That's a shame. I always enjoy watching Vigilante play.
Mm-hmm.
Matt has just said that they're coming back.
Yeah. Probably just a little bit of a hiccup.
A disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
So Q, you didn't tweet out the announcement for today.
Oh yeah, I didn't have time for that.
Well, we have a little break.
Yeah, I could do that now.
Oh, Regox is back, and showed up for a second as being in a match against Leah, but on their own. And we're hopping back on.
Alright, so Regox at 2, Leah at 5. Decent lead, but not quite done yet. Anything can still happen, and I think there was... Did they go neck to neck during the whole set last week? I kind of forgot.
I think they did, but we'll see. Now it's a different week. Again, good start for Leah. Getting the grab. Fortunately, not grabbing into the corner, but that doesn't matter when you can just spend a little bit of meter and carry the whole way through.
Looking for the last hit. Yes, finds the feed. That might have been a backdash again. I think I saw Ram. Uh-oh. I wonder if it's a bad internet day for Matt. Yeah, getting disconnected again. Damn. I mean, all of us have these days sometimes. Sometimes your ISP is not...
The matchup against an ISP is typically a bad one.
And you know, sometimes Gaben doesn't give us either. Sometimes it's the servers.
It seems to be internet provider problems.
I wonder if we should still give it a try and see if it is indeed playable or not. Short intermission. Please stand by. Oh yeah, I also got a message. The weed that their opponent could not show up today. Wow, imagine having to take care of all of this stuff for events. All right, Matt said should work now. So maybe there was an adjustment in the router side or something of the sort. Yeah. We can definitely pick it up from 2.5. That's a very, very nice of you, Leah.
Very honorable.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like one of those tournament scenarios where there's a lot of money on the line. We're sort of just, you know, being chill here, competing for honor and
channel points.
And channel points, yeah. So it's nice to see when people are willing to go with the quotations gentleman rules. You know, sometimes you just can't help it. Sometimes you have one of those days for your internet.
Yeah, I mean, especially when it's something that's just not in your control. It's completely understandable to just, you know, for us to be a little bit patient, because at the end of the day, we're here to watch people play, and we can afford a little bit of bumps on the road if it means that we get to watch the players go at it.
Oh no, do we got another one of these glitches? So Matt can't find the room anymore. Yeah, that's been a thing with the lobbies as well.
Yeah, no, I've heard of that one. And apparently it's happening in the DNF dual beta. But that's a beta. You'd think Strive would have more functional lobbies by now.
I guess they're sharing technology quite a bit.
Yeah.
Usually it fixes itself for me when I reboot the game. But if not, then gosh, this is really cursed. We might have to move on to the next one if we can't get stuff working. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I guess I could try to remake the room as well.
That has tended to work in the past.
All right, let me do that as well, just to be sure.
This is in fact a stream where gaming happens, but unfortunately, we are having some technical difficulties.
Alright, create new room. And gotta remember to give all the participants the new password. Alright, here's to hoping this time everything works. It's been 10,000 years since we've seen some good-ass Guilty Gear.
Oh.
Or at least 5 minutes, but it felt like 10,000 years to me. Every moment I spent without seeing footsies on the screen. Damn.
Yeah, the grounded footsies that the Guilty Gear series is known for were unfortunately not happening for long enough for us to notice.
Speaking of footsies, I love how Testament shaped out to be. I know a lot of people didn't like the redesign, saying that it's like, you know, taken away from one of the most unique designs in fighting games, stuff like that. But personally, I'm a footsie enjoyer, and having a Testament with a fireball is like mwah, pretty much chef kiss for me.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Old Testament had a fireball. It was a skull. It had a very obnoxious status effect tied to it. But also in general, I just, you know, I think past the announcement, it was unrealistic to believe that any sort of relation to Guilty Gear X's version of Testament could ever make it into Strive. You know, the kind of the way the game is structured doesn't seem to I don't think could support that level of obnoxious kit.
Alright, well, seems like Matt can't find the new room either, so I guess at this point we'll have to make the executive decision and move to the next one. Because, yeah, I think Invalid Value especially needs an early match, so we can't drag out for too long.
Yeah, that's perfectly understandable. Unfortunately, we gave it a good shot, a solid shot at making it work, but sometimes that's just the way these things are. You know, between problems on one of the players' ends with internet provider issues and, you know, the general moodiness of Strive lobbies, I think these things are just kind of bound to happen, unfortunately. Envy has now joined us. I'm loving how many people are now using the new Testament outfit options for our little avatars.
Oh yeah, they're stylish. I was like, should I use those as well? But I mean, I kind of want to be my special snowflake and have like relatively unique attire as well.
Well, not to burst your bubble, but every time I've seen you and the Vigilante in the same room, you have very strikingly similar. Characters.
Damn, I thought I was unique, but I was a copy. My whole life is a lie.
It's fine. I'm this blue Testament Eno hybrid.
That is actually a pretty cool theme, considering like you play both.
And I like blue, so.
Dabba dee, dabba die. Alright, we got Invalid on the way as well.
Sol versus Nago, you know, two decidedly top 5 characters. Even, you know, some would say both would fit into the top 3. How do you feel like this matchup goes?
It's like, it can't be too far from even-ish, although I will say, myself included, a lot of Sol players have been pretty frustrated about this matchup. So Nago is sort of historically the kind of archetype that Sol usually struggles against. That like archetype that can control the screen, but also has the rewards to back up that you know, control when you actually manage to land a hit. Same thing was with Sin in Exert. Sin was a pretty decent matchup against Sol. Sol kind of has to take big risks using certain a little rarer tools such as like 6 Heavy. 6 Heavy, in my opinion, is the unsung hero for this matchup. Being able to challenge Nago out of like way more situations that you would usually be able to. But you know, 6 Heavy does come with a risk as well, being punishable on block.
Huh. 2 players above, you know, 2600 in character level. These are 2 grinders as well here, so they will both have ideas on how to deal with the matchup on either side. And immediately, very aggressive start from Invalid Value.
Oh wow!
Getting
did
the
Envy
Beyblade stuff? That was Beyblade startup, yeah.
Wow, the move that is very known to be like super difficult to punish, or challenge rather.
Now we still have, you know, even at a very small amount of health, Invalid just going for it, getting themselves also in a positive bonus.
Look at this, Envy with so much meter, and finds the hit! 6S! Oh. That is a good tool though. I will say, even though, depending on the blood situation, especially when Nago is level 2 blood, it can be hard to swing your 6S as Sol. But under that, it is
a move that hits deceptively far back, and you know, if you're forcing your opponent to walk backwards, like Envy managed to do against Invalid just now, it's good to catch the backwards movement
Oh wow, the 6S, sorry, the 6P challenge from invalidvalue getting stopped by the bandit revolver. Now here, hard knockdown. What's it gonna be? Just takes it easy.
Other characters that aren't Nagoriyuki would have just folded to that Tyrant Rave there and super deal so much damage, but just goes to show how much health and guts Nago has. And being careful to not overcommit with blood.
There we go, there's the 6 heavy.
Ah.
Yeah, that particular range, especially Nagoriyuki 2S, that button is kinda obnoxious for Soul to deal with. It whiffs so fast, recovers so fast, it beats a lot of your pokes. Unless you swing around with 6 heavy as Soul, it's... yeah, I'm not whiff punishing it myself very often.
Yeah, speaking of, you know, Soul players disliking the Nago matchup, I've heard that a lot, you know, as you are familiar, and I don't know how many people in the chat have been here for the previous times. The Portuguese community is known for having a lot of Soul players, so I've definitely heard a lot of talk of people complaining about this one matchup, and it's interesting to see, you know, a very experienced player such as Envy, you know, how do you just move past these notions of the matchup and just, you know, play to your best ability to deal with it.
RC for the pressure. Ooh, and finds the frame trap. Ooh, very rare combo drop there. Still 2P into 6S. 6S just does so much stuff. Misses the Tyrant Rave input though. This could be bag.
Still takes it up. I do think as well though that potentially is a good idea for the Soul player in this case to just try and keep the corner as much as possible. You know, Soul is definitely an advantage in very close quarters.
Wow, look at that. As soon as I said 2S is hard to whiff punish, Envy does just that. The dash in 6S.
The gold burst with nearly full bar of blood. It's gonna be a very explosive round very quickly. And as I say that,
spending 100 meter for this sequence, looking for that last hit. Yeah, the disjoint, the 6 heavy, taking care of that heavy DP.
Yeah, that 6 heavy has a hell of a hitbox. Perfect for situation for punishes like those.
Yeah, it works really well in tandem when you can build enough distance. Especially with back Fukyo, it tends to be your go-to tool for sort of mixing up with your forward Fukyo when they're trying to sort of mash you out of your forward dash. Works extremely well.
Oh, that 2S, once again, the obnoxious move you were talking about from Nago's part. 2K, 2D, pressure.
Oh, wow!
The two command throws.
I think that's because both of those are throw invulnerable, so whiffing on each other.
Oh, the punish. 2H is such a move to be started on a DP punish that, yeah, no wonder the round ended just then.
Oh, that was such a smart cancel on the clash, just going straight into 6 heavy. 6 heavy, one of the best things, it is extremely fast. I think 9 frames, is it? It's just ridiculously far-reaching tool for its startup.
I think yeah, Envy gets a punish here.
Alright, I like it, milking out
corner
the damage.
Pressure, a wild throw. Yeah, I think the one thing that since I've been watching some Legacy here in between these weeks, that the main thing I'm missing is wild throw being something that you combo out of, but I feel like in Strive that would be pretty obnoxious considering Soul's combo conversion ability.
Yeah, you still, if you spend 50 meter on it, it still gets you like 200. So it's not too bad. Ooh, the trade, giving Envy the pressure here. Big counter hit! Unfortunately, had queued up already BB, so not getting the big combo they were hoping for.
So this is such a good position for Envy, and as I say that 2S, once again, just popping through. Another DP punish.
Just like that, the situation completely flips around on itself. Yeah, that's that's pretty much these characters for you. Once they get the ball rolling, both of them are really good at building momentum and keeping the momentum as well. Straight from right corner to the left one. Invalid value making a couple of precision pokes, spending the meter, getting the round. 2-1 for Invalid.
Oh, Invalid forced the burst really early. Yeah, that could have been a very disastrous combo starter.
Oh, tried to swing the 6P, but Bandit Bringer, very good at baiting.
There goes a Soul open world gameplay.
Wow.
Getting the wall stick. Fortunately, not getting the Tyrant Brave, which probably wouldn't have killed at this range, but oh no. The unfortunate burst. Bursting against any of these characters that have very wide-reaching normals is always troublesome, because there's a chance there's just no active hurt box in place to
that
hit.
was what a comeback. It was Envy had that. That was one last touch, but Invalid Valley just again completely flipping it around.
Oh, once again these frame traps. The late buttons really catching Invalid Value. Oh, a misrepeated wild throw. A bane of any soul player.
The Beyblade getting stuff started, catching the backdash far slash sequence. And now, in this tough position, Envy doesn't have meter, doesn't have burst, still suffering from that complete burst miss. And is that gonna be enough? Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Oh, that was such a tragedy on screen. It was the most perfect performance I've ever seen from Soul versus Soul, like in the Soul versus Nago matchup. But then the small mistake and the whiff burst completely made Envy's game plan crumble that game.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, these are two characters that really capitalize off of catching mistakes from your opponent and doing a lot of damage, getting a lot of advantage off of them. And so, you know, these mistakes will just add up, especially with such experienced players on both sides, kind of on the lookout to punish any of these things that might happen. Such as that. What a pickup by Invalid Value, just
the interaction.
Kind of the Fukio footsies.
Ooh, nice, gets the backdash. Prompting burst from Invalid Value. Now next combo. Oh no, cancel into Bandit Revolver there. Brave dash. Straight into Nago's face, into far slash plus frames. Oh, I like that. I think jumping, especially neutral jumping, is gonna be your go-to response. Wow! Another really nice instant air dash.
And a really unfortunate miss input of wild throw again. Oh, that
backwards
Fukio.
Getting the burst once again. Invalid Value completely on top of that burst metagame.
Yeah. You know, blink and you miss that burst bait. Genuinely, you know, it happens so fast. You just see a soul bursting and a Nago materializing through it and already punishing it.
Yeah, pretty much all of your special moves are cancelable into each other as Nago, and Fukio is no exception. Uh-oh! Instant air dashing themselves into the corner.
Another burst punish? Unfortunately, that 6H won't find its way. Would have gotten the wall stick on Envy, and now Envy gets a shot at beating up on the Nagoriyuki.
Wow, Brave, just 2k on the wake up. Finding BB, but again, Envy needs that one hit, and Invalid Value has been so good at bringing this back. Wow! Oh, the tricky trick. Envy using the meter to set up a wild throw and gets the round finally. Oh, with punish there on 2S from Beyblade. And the blood is building, especially
6S punish.
Especially when Nago has that level 2 blood, the neutral changes so much. When you have the max range 5 heavy, that's when you gotta be careful as Soul. But you know, when you're in this pressure position, it doesn't matter if Nago has full blood, no blood whatsoever. You're the one in control. But the one who's in control. Whoa! Did he just use HMC? And it works out!
Catches the 2H startup!
What a read! Invalid Value went for sort of like a meaty-ish too heavy. And Envy caught that with HMC of all supers.
I love that. That's the closest we get in Strive to a proper Soul Dragon and Soul finish.
Yeah, you rarely see that super used because a lot of people, you know, justifiably think it doesn't have a lot of utility aside from couple of very niche cases.
So just punishing Succubus super.
RC, keep it alive, nice. And gets a good bounce.
What a combo. Soul combos are always so pleasurable to watch happen. You know, the freedom that Soul players have to kind of express themselves and just keep going.
Yeah, that's kind of been what. Wow, finds another good pit. And now in the corner.
Putting the pressure up against invalidvalue. Catches an attempt at a reversal. I don't know what invalidvalue was trying to input there.
I like Envy's game sense, using a lot of these, you know, slightly more dangerous frame traps, like frame trapping into Bandit Revolver, but they're paying off now.
Bursting you in the corner. Pattern Rave reversal.
Oh wow, he whiffed against the first hit. That's very interesting. Still got the punish though. And 6S, starting up faster than Too Heavy. You know, Too Heavy from Nago is one of those big call-out buttons, but if you whiff it or if the opponent is on top of it and ready to poke you already, it is a very slowly starting move, so 6S from Sol will take care of that pretty comfortably.
Yeah. Also, I do want to just quickly throw over while we wait for the next match to start. We had someone XLR in the chat. I don't know if there still are. Oh no. Oh, did we get kicked out? We did get kicked out.
No. Did they not deliver what they promised?
They did not fix the bug that they promised to. They promised.
Arc system
fix.
works. I thought we had a deal. I thought we had a deal.
They gave us testament and really said, you know, that's enough. You guys will be satisfied. But no, while we have this moment, I just want to say, so XLR in the chat who commented asking what this event was. It is a casual first to sevens. You can sign up on the Discord, and it is not necessarily limited to EU players. The problem with signing up as an NA player is getting a matchup with a good connection to you. But if you do sign up, you know, you will try to find a match for you. Because we have had matches from the US play out.
Yeah, and still, like, East Coast to West Europe is definitely playable. So.
Oh, and Invalid is saying that they just kind of sandbagged,
okay,
so that we get the matches to keep going properly.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. Oh, the awareness on these players. Really helping us out. But yeah, so Axelar, I hope you're still hearing, listening to us, because if you would be interested in participating in such an event, please do join the Discord.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. Envy finding a DP here. BP once again baiting out the frame. Sorry, the anti-air. Alright, we're safe for now.
There's a lot of blood on Invalid's side, and they're still putting up pressure.
The funny thing is, usually you would look at a lot of blood as a bad thing, but in this matchup, when Sol is the kind of character you wish to control, the level 2 is, in my opinion, actually a buff for Nago for the neutral. So
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very good level of blood to be at, but I think it certainly puts a limit to how much you can keep up pressure, and you know, obviously you have more experience playing Sol than I do, but in my experience, the moment you kind of relent on your pressure a bit and you're forced to put a bit of a limiter on it, you know, that's when Sol can really just come at you.
The thing is,
speaking of Sol coming at you, that was an incredible amount of damage Envy just put out.
Spent the meter. Ooh, okay.
Oh, the whiff command grab into. That was just regular grab. Oh, gold burst.
Yeah, I get the idea, because whiffing that too heavy was basically guaranteeing an Envy a whiff punish, which they, albeit they missed, but, you know.
Oh, no.
Rare footage of dropping that finisher from Invalid. Again, with punish opportunity. Oh, bets the farm and tries to go for a DP frame trap.
Invalid once again blocking the burst. I think next time we have Invalid on the screen, I need to make a note to just keep a bit of track of how many bursts are used against Invalid and how many of those uses are, you know, baited, blocked, or, you know, somehow avoided by Invalid. Because I think it would be a very interesting statistic to count.
Oh no! Missed the...
Unfortunately, it doesn't get the 2 hits. Yeah.
Luckily for Envy, that failed attempt on, I believe, clean hit DP ended up not costing them too much, putting them in a situation where they still have the frame advantage.
Yeah.
A little messy, but we'll definitely take it.
Definitely a sweet spot in the spacing. But now Envy, you know, equaling up the score against Invalid. And for a matchup that's considered to be, you know, Nagoriyuki favored, is certainly a good position for Envy to be in. It's just a case of, can they pull ahead now? And from the start of this round, it's looking like they might be able to. Dishing so much damage already against Nago, but Invalid gets the grab and throws Envy into the corner.
That was a very brave throw there. But
when you're getting such a relentless pressure put up on you, you kind of have to go for the ballsy plays.
And a lot of these characters who can swing really hard out of their right reach, it's, you know, I guess not a bad thing that you sometimes make the bravest of plays. Finding a small hit and soul pressure. No hit confirm out of that success, but still in a very comfortable place. Slowly chipping away invalidvalue's health. Oh, the shimmy and the bait! Oh. Finally, Envy managed to score a burst bait of their own, and they should steal it. Yes, indeed.
I don't think finally is an adjective that's apt. I think both of these players have shown kind of a lot of control over the opponent's burst. You know, and Envy has, you know, to their to complement them, they did have a lot of moments where they have baited out Invalid's burst.
At this one,
I say that, and this one goes through.
But I mean, it's definitely an easy task to bait those.
So much pressure. Yeah, it's just so much damage, you know.
Another BB and the counter hit gets the combo. The lovely buff that we got for Sol. I'm not sure if Sol needed that, but every Sol player in the world is definitely willing to take that buff.
Yeah. And again, like these two are characters that are so apt, especially in the hands of very strong players like both of these are. Both of these are characters that will, at the slightest mistake, as we're seeing right now, take so much damage.
What a combo! The Soul Airlines is here, but the hard call out 2S, catching the BB this time. Into the bite.
Oh. Give us a little kiss. Yeah, you know, this just goes to show exactly what I was trying to say. You know, both of these players are extremely experienced at these characters, and so kind of any small mistake that one of them will show. Oh, that burst RC timing was unfortunate. There was so much damage still on the wall break.
God, the pace of the match so fast, so much damage. Both players just ready to explode at moment's notice. It feels like it's been no more than like 10 minutes and we're already 5-5.
Yeah. This just goes to show when you have two of the most explosive characters in Guilty Gear Strive, just facing against each other, kind of any stray hit can convert into the biggest combo.
Yeah, and you can see the respect for the opponent's combo damage. One hit, immediate burst from both characters.
Yeah, you do not want to mess with that.
Oh, nice. It's 6S. Oh, I wonder... I think
this is baited? Yeah.
And now raw, unadulterated damage coming in for all of these hit confirms that are
And
about to follow.
unfortunately, Invalid doesn't have any resources to really get out of the corner right now.
Yeah, Nago really, I mean, doesn't have anything like a DP, so has to sort of use the, you know, general universal mechanics to defend themselves when in this position.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're Hotashi and you can do the crazy super jump RC things, you don't have that much movement for free to get out. And even that technique just still takes a bar of meter. Oh no.
Oh, good reversal here against the meaty
Look
close
at the
slash.
damage!
Last
Yeah,
chance.
forcing the burst out, but that's just a tiny sliver of health, and unfortunately doesn't 6p the bandit.
I think Envy is putting another tool on the table here. The Bandit Bringer cancels on the ground have been catching invalid value so often. I think it's like
check something out on bandit. Right. Because I did see the DP from Invalid not end up hitting Bandit Bringer, but no, I was confusing it with ACPR's Bandit Bringer that is disjointed. In Strive it isn't, which is probably for the best in terms of the health of the game. But yeah.
Yeah, especially considering it's not like it's very safe, especially on a grounded Bandit Bringer. Oh, gets an instant air dash in, and now the pressure spent the 50 meter district again! Wow!
And Envy going into that point, all of a sudden, you know, this set has been going on so fast. You know, for a set that is, you know, this close, it's moving quite fast. And now, Invalid with a good life lead, we'll have to make sure to not really drop round right now, but going for the stylish finish. I don't think it was necessary, but why not go for it? When you have the meter to spend.
Uh-oh, finding the DP, sorry, the counter hit. Now invalid value will not have access to burst anymore this round. Envy will build theirs in a couple of seconds.
But still.
Oh, so close to popping as well. That's another thing, invalid value hasn't popped even once. And that sort of speaks to how you should be playing this solo matchup. You don't necessarily need to blow for pressure. You can control, you can stay back and hang at that level 2 very comfortably. Oh, I say that.
6S once again. And Envy has so much meter here.
Oh no, missing put on the Tyrant Ray once again. That would have probably been the game.
Oh. But Invalid not finding the DP punish there.
The burst is
And
not
that's
there.
it.
One hit away from getting the burst back, and Envy. I would not have expected this outcome. Envy just has such a good control of the matchup. I saw a lot of tools I haven't seen used so consistently from a lot of Soul players.
Yeah, I have to imagine that was a lot of pressure going to Invalid's head, because missing that that DP punish isn't characteristic from. But still, that was an incredible set from both parts. You know, really good gameplay from both of them, and it's surprising that it ended so fast. And yeah.
Yeah, we can only have so many matches when it's FT7.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely GG's. And next up we have Kai versus Testament. Greed Sky versus Gas.
The one lone Testament to put on the showcase what this character can do. I know Gas she's pretty decent at picking up new characters, I want to say.
Yeah, her soul is very strong, I remember. So I'm curious to see what 1 week of practice from a high level player can bring onto a very brand new character. And obviously, since I'm looking to be picking up Testament right now, I'm very curious to see what can come out of this, because I would like to steal some tech.
Yeah, we saw Gas on that basically week 1 Happy Chaos as well, and was like immediately had the kit somewhat together, so looking forward to seeing a lot of, you know, not necessarily advanced stuff, but very fundamentally sound basic stuff from Gas.
You have Gaz using the Ramothal colors for Testament, which is a very good choice. So I definitely approve of her taste in palette.
And in terms of Gas's opponent, Greed, this is the first time we see Greed on screen. A Turkish Kai player. Yo, look at that! The cleanest air throw! Get back in there! You're not gonna get out. Good check there. 2P, Testament's fastest button against the flip kick. Don't let them have the plus frames.
Get some burst out, get some spacing out, which is really what you want as Testament, is getting some space to make those really nice wide range normals shine. Oh, forcing the burst out of Greed. The stun dipper going under the bird.
Alright, managed to build.
See to escape the corner.
Oh, but Greed was so
Teleports with
ready.
a 6H. Yeah. I wonder if that was an auto correction or Greed, you know, plans to have the 6H go that way already.
It was just a good timing. I've been lapping that situation, and it is so hard to hit that button in the right direction, because basically if you think about mechanically, what teleport is Testament is just dashing at you at fast speed, and it's very easy to press the button too early when Testament is still outside of the screen but still exists like in front of your face. So that thing does not autocorrect that by any
the
means.
charge burst. But Gaz will get the burst, and she can get out of this situation.
Creed is keeping up very much the aggressive position here, and I guess that's
I think you have to do that against Testament, because if you let Testament have the advantage in neutral, then you're kind of giving away a lot of room for those, you know, big normals to shine, and essentially you don't want that.
Essentially what Testament needs to set up their reward play is to get you stained first, but that requires you to not only throw the fireball but also throw the crow. And a lot of like very rookie Testament players will just fire the S fireball and then throw the crow immediately. You can definitely challenge that. There's a big gap in between. If the opponent is ready to dash forward and press buttons, you can't do that.
Especially Greed has already shown to know to go with stun dipper in reaction almost to the bird coming out. That very cleanly goes under. Now,
Calamity 1 very minus, of course. Quick 6P. And there we go, first stain state back. Gets rid of it just like that.
we have a few bits of stain being applied already, but none that have actually paid out for Gaz, unfortunately.
Yeah, the stain itself does not mean that you're in a bad position per se. It is the next hit. If as Testament manages to get an extra hit on you, that's when the bad stuff starts happening. Oh, okay, gets a good DP. Find the 5 heavy, the one disjointed, big disjointed move for Testament, for Footsies. Oh, and again, the stun dipper just ready to get back in there.
Yeah.
Not giving gas.
It was when you commit to the fireball. That's kind of the best answer. It'll force Testament to go for something other than the bird, which is the thing that, you know, most Testament players would be wanting to send after setting their succubus in.
And once again,
just as we're talking about it, yeah,
punishing the bird. That stun dipper really seems to be a. I think you can do that on reaction, because it is basically 5 frame startup. You get there very fast. Ooh, big con rate has to burst this to preserve their life. Oh, missing the punish, unfortunately. Another one, there we go. There we go, this should be a big punish. Into,
There.
overburst bait. But slowly Gaz is finding their footing in this RPS. It can be really tricky if you're playing against a very aggressive player like Creed.
Yeah,
Sort of
I think
getting
that the most important adaptation here is if Gaz is able to adapt to the kind of any linear way that an opponent might react to her attempts at establishing stain pressure, then I think she'll be in a good position to contest, but Gray is just being very aggressive and not allowing that to happen.
Oh,
Unfortunately, misses the punish as that Vapor Thrust will cross up.
cool thing about Stain is even if you don't land a hit while Stain is on, it will give you lots of frame advantage. You can sort of get a free pressure reset after that, like this. Into. Oh, it was a low Arbiter sign and Creed was proccing low. Oh, good bait! Yeah, even 5P is gonna go into a decent combo of the Stain. That's like the cool thing about Testament. Takes a little bit of set up your damage potential. Oh, that was probably a miss input on Dash Heavy Fireball, and Gaz ready to punish.
Yeah, here we have Daz finding their footing. And I'll just... Oh, solid punish.
Yeah, the Stain State does not disappear on block. If Testament is blocking. Oh, good challenge, doesn't... Yeah, Gas hasn't let Greed get in on that shock state flip kick for the plus frames, even once so far, I think.
Oh, that stunt were really stretched out.
Uh-oh!
Oh, unfortunately misses getting the combo on the DP punish.
Wow, I gotta say, Testament's 6P is one of the fastest recovering in the game. Only 15 frames of startup. That's only Zato is faster than that at like, I think 12 frames.
And it's such a good button. It covers up a lot of the weaknesses in the way people will try to deal with the bird. So if a lot of people try to just kind of jump or IAD over the bird's projectile, that's a pretty good answer globally to just kind of 6P preemptively, and then it'll recover fast enough for you to just, even if they don't commit to a button, you still get to act afterwards in time for whatever.
Yeah, and I think neutral in general just starts with anti-airs. To have a neutral-based character like Testament, you gotta start with a good 6P. Ooh, speaking of anti-airs, flipping the position.
Getting good, solid spacing. Gas has been trying to just space herself to not get hit by any more of those kind of stray stun dippers. As I say that, fortunately gets hit and takes a round.
Yeah, tried to go for like a re-stain there on a shorter combo ender, but didn't quite at the height there, unfortunately.
Gas forced to burst out of this tricky situation from Kai's aggressivity. Oh, good check with the 5P. Keeping a Fudo Arc in bay.
Oh, this time it was spaced perfectly, yeah. You can, in a lot of those combo enders, you can sort of set up the stain state as a meaty so the opponent won't be able to interrupt it at all. Yo, Footsie's too heavy. The other very disjointed move from Testament.
Such a good move, but you have to use it very deliberately.
Yeah,
it's not a disjoint that you can just throw out.
It is very slow to start up as well. Wow!
Yeah. Oh, what a pickup!
If Gas has something, it's definitely counterplay against the flip kick. Very fast reactions. Not a single flip kick going through. Oh, a little too early on that close slash.
Yeah. Also, I do see, you know, the fight for my recognition in the chat. What are these players respecting each other right now? That's a flying Kai.
Oh, there we go.
What grab?
Oh, but Calamity 1, yeah. If you have a reversal move, any DP, any super is gonna punish Kai from going for that close range heavy fireball as a meaty. Ooh, this time the Whiffed 6P gets punished though. Still good opportunity for both of these players to finish this round. Oh, there we go, perfectly placed. And won't be able to get their burst.
Yeah. That gets Gaz on the board.
That's really good because, like, even if you are the quotation zoning character, you should be ready to punish the opponent's fireballs as well. And Gaz doing just that, instant air dash when they see the fire, or when they predict the fireball rather. Oh, missed meaty. Oh, wow, gets a pretty decent punish there. I mean, as much as you can get without a counter hit.
I feel like Gaz didn't expect the wall to break so fast there. Oh, we're gonna see the Succubi.
Good realization.
DP just, yeah. Typically people will just kind of forward jump or IAD over the Succubi super, but DP will work just fine, especially at that range.
The Calamity 1 works once again. It is your sort of very long-reaching reversal super. The downside, I think, to Calamity 1 is that it is very slow to start up. I think 15 frames. So one of the slowest one in the game. But at the same time, when you have these slow reversal supers, you can use that for YRC gimmicks. Just like Gold Lewis can.
Oh, how fast is Kai's DP there? Because it looked like Gray just used it on reaction to punish 6H. Oof, once again, Calamity 1.
Stained, repressure.
Oh, jumping heavy.
Ooh, crapped out of Arbiter there.
We've not seen Gaz use a lot of the aerial versions of Grave Reaper.
Yeah, that's
I feel like
that's a very cool feature.
Could be a good way of controlling space in this matchup, considering, you know, the ways in which Greed has been choosing to approach. Now Greed has to be very careful, especially now that they're staying. But unfortunately, a whiffed grab.
Yeah, a little too early there. Stain giving a lot of block stun. And I think Greed was still in block stun during that, so throw's still not available. But like you said, it's interesting because Kai has, like, oh, but the big punish here. Gets the stain.
Oh.
60%.
Really cool combo. Yeah, that's very solid.
I mean, since you...
The only thing that could have improved it is the Succubi super to break the wall and get that, oh? Get that stain reapplication.
Oh, I think Gaz was worried about the... Oh, it's gonna hit from behind! No, sir!
No, it's not. That is just a... I'm getting out of here. I'm riding the lightning away from you.
Ooh, that was so dangerous within the crow, but... Greed, at that low amount of hit points, probably was worried about the incoming strike still. And Gaz giving the chase. 2 points to Greed's 3 so far.
Yeah, I do feel like a big aspect of the holes we might be seeing in Gaz's gameplay right now are just kind of the virtue of playing such a new character. You have to be so much more mentally present to use all of your tools, you know? Any older character, people, oh no. The RTL to close out the round as a whiff punish. Not whiff punish, but as a reversal, sorry. But yeah, no, you have to be so much more mentally present to deal with your own character's kind of mechanics when it's this early since release. That a lot of kind of mistakes might show up in your gameplay from you just not being able to fully focus on what's going on due to having to think so much during gameplay. Oh.
Yeah, and just like, as you mentioned, I think we're seeing like sort of a development on screen here from Gas. Started out very shaky, but starting to find the stuff that you need. Yeah, that is very, very
Finishing
tight.
it off with a far slash.
You know, you might wanna, like, as a layer 1, try to challenge a lot from the new character, checking if they got their set play on point, but slowly, Gas is starting to get the timings down and showing off that there is no escape from this set play.
Yeah. And there's even things like, you know, Gaz hasn't been using much of the teleport function of, you know, setting the succubi, and that's obviously kind of another level of mental presence that you need to have of, you know, what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw the bird at the succubus. I'm going to teleport to it. I can potentially PRC and do both. Oh, but the burst bait. That said, there is a lot that a good player will just keep in their game plan always.
Great with punish. Oh, is this? I didn't think this is gonna work, right? Yeah.
But it's still pressure, and goes for a charge dust, which is ballsy, and I really respected the air grab.
Clean.
And what I was just saying, you know, as much as you will see holes in someone's gameplay when they're picking up a new character, especially if the character is new as a whole to the game and there's not a lot of resources, you know, a lot of skill in playing the game really shows through, and I think we just saw that on Gaz's part.
Really cool use of the teleport there, holding the momentum in the air, able to sort of hang in there and check what Creed wants to do, and punishing the fireball on reaction. Yo, the 6-speed punish is the stun dipper. I think that was a spacing thing.
Definitely, because I don't see how it would always punish. Just a bit of a zoner game right now, but Kai is coming, being aggressive, gets a grab in the corner.
Yes, does have a burst available here. Now it just gets out.
She manages to escape, and now but blocks. I was about to say unfortunate dropped after the stain hit, but no, blocks the burst and gets a combo follow through off of it.
No drops, only big reads on bursts here. Gas, perfect plays. And I like how Gas has been able to adapt to Greed's pace of play as well. The very aggressive, yeah, the DPs, again the burst bait. Is this download? Again, yep, the block on the stun dipper.
Oh,
securing Gas a very nice position.
What are you mashing on wake up?
Yep, that
and
is.
The Stain gets the wall stick, and 6H is a very good button to break the wall with. You know, if you don't have meter, it's going to deal a lot of damage.
Oh, and I think this could be.
I do think Greed can still. Oh no!
The thing with
unfortunately, neutral jumping isn't enough to get out of it, but I think an air dash would have gone above.
Yeah, I thought the same. The thing with Nostrovia is, like, it is very slow to start up, so no matter where you are on the screen.
Vapor Thrust, getting the pickup off of it, and a lot of damage and wall pressure.
No 50 meter to back that non-charge 5D up, but still keeps up the pressure, break the wall.
And gets the wall break. That is a lot of damage that came off of that, just a stray Vapor Thrust hit.
Oh no, the stun dipper a little too early, doesn't have the meter to punish it, or to cancel it yet. 5B once again, triggering Stain, getting great pressure, but... Yeah, look at that, how slow! You could see Kai's button still there, but Calamity won the slow startup, not...
Yeah, no, it had me fooled. I thought I was going to hit.
Nice, getting the pressure, and yeah, I think at this point Gas has sort of seen through the Abare stun dippers so far. A lot of those are now getting blocked.
And just a 2K hit can do so much. with Stain, you know, Stain is basically just a flat amount of the Vapor Thrust through.
Uh-oh. And again, yeah, there we go. That Fireball definitely has enough recovery to punish with a Calamity one.
But yeah, no, it's without saying, you know, because the Stain proc launch is kind of a flat amount. It is very useful for just picking up into any sort of combo. So even stray hits like 5p, 2p, 2k that typically on most characters don't really get you combo rewards will become very viable stray hits to go for and pick up out of. Especially if you then have meter to follow up, you can get wall breaks very reliably.
Uh-oh, that might have been a missive put from Gas. Good block on the overhead. Content backing off, RC, keep the pressure going. But Gas has been getting better and better at defending these. I say that in empty low hits.
And Gas really getting a lot of
RC, but the clone slash is still
double RCs.
Yes, we'll have to be pretty careful here. One hit from Creed could do it, but
she gets the pickup and the wall stick. Could have broken the wall with a bird there.
Misses the anti-air. That was so close though.
That was a very good round, I have to say. Both of these players are just adapting to each other's playstyle very well. You know, Greed started off playing very aggressively to deal with the more kind of zoning playstyle that Gas started with, and now is being forced to kind of hang back and be more deliberate. And you can see that they are they're doing this in-set adaptation. It's very close.
There we go, the tick throw off Stain.
Unfortunately, doesn't get the timing for the safe jump off of jump H.
Ooh, okay, interesting. Choosing to spend that on 6p.
That is not a good place to be a kyuukei right now.
Ooh, it's not quite enough.
Not quite enough. Kai does have a little bit of meter and goes for the RC air grab.
A little too far there for the 2D. Gas. Oh, nice read. The Stun Dipper still is a tool if you think the Crow is coming. Oh, wow. Gas still manages to land there.
Momentum with a teleport feint.
And another great.
This just breaks the wall. Yeah. Oh, and the Stain prop pops into the next side.
Let's see if Greed knows. Oh, they kinda know, but you could definitely jump forward to get the punish as well.
Yeah, they have the right idea, but unfortunately just missed a little bit. Perhaps out of panic, out of the lack of familiarity with how the super works.
And after that throw, you get a very, very comfortable position as Testament. That 2-3-4 force. Damn, Hado S Fireball gives you. Basically recovers really fast and gives you a very nice safe meaty. Uh-oh. 2D, too far. I feel like Testament 2K reaches super far away, while the 2D...
Oh my god, that hit behind, didn't it? The JH from Testament? Gas was crossed up and it still hit behind her.
I think Greed must have extended themselves into it, because other than Jump K, Testament shouldn't have like super good cross-up hitboxes. Oh, here we go.
Dragon install?
Power up.
Okay. Now I'm just rooting for Greed, because anytime I see anyone installing, I get hyped.
God, that's so much frame advantage you get from Dragon install heavy fireball.
Oh,
that gets the win.
Clash?
But I mean, you would definitely expect to have value out of that super that you spend. You could be spending that in a lot of stuff, but to sort of just throw it to buff yourself, it better be good.
Yeah, and the unfortunate truth is that Dragon Insult in this game, where before, in previous games where Sol was the one who had it, was something that he could just kind of do at any point in the round. Kai needs to already be in a disadvantageous position to use it, so it's kind of hard to work in kind of solid setups for it.
Oh, enough input frames on Calamity 1, powering through the DP. Oh,
unfortunately gets grabbed. And Greed falling back up, equaling up at a 5-5 now.
Yeah, I think the jump heavy from Testament reaches very, very far down, so it's kind of easy to hit it a little too early, in which case you can sort of still save yourself. You can cancel to either one of the fireballs to sort of safely gatling to the ground. But if you want a deep jump in combo, you gotta definitely delay that button a little.
Good air grab, and now we'll exert some pressure, but 2P mash will beat that Futurok. And now close slash anti-air.
Jesus! Chill, Gaz!
Is Gaz playing Milia? Is Gaz playing Eno? Probably more characters who can do that with their close slashes, but... Oh, but that's just a neutral jump. But fortunately, it pushes Greed back where they can get a proper punish on it.
Hitbox at least is pretty decent on that super.
Yeah, it's no Mortobato, but nothing is.
I guess you shouldn't compare yourself to Ram as any character. That will just make you progressively sadder and sadder.
That is a very good point. I mean, this is what I said on Testament's release is, if you have to compare yourself to Ram to find flaws in Testament's moves, you're probably doing something good. Ooh, the clash. Unfortunately, Greed going for a faster move.
Wow.
Beating out that S fireball charge. Now this is going to be quite a bit of damage in the corner, including a wall break.
Oh, straight into Calamity 1, but airborne again. Oh, was that still?
I don't think this time goes.
Whoa! The snatch out of the sky. The second time Creed did that. Definitely eyes in the sky once in a while.
Yeah, Greed's probably showing themselves off as a legacy gear player with those reactions, because that is the group of people that I've seen most comfortably getting those anti-air grabs tend to be people with quite a fair amount of old Guilty gear.
Flow slash, ticking into a throw. Oh, that's another cool thing. When you throw the heavy fireball into the air and people accidentally jump into it when they think you're throwing the S1. Oh, the active frames still connect.
Oh, no, 2K nearly was enough to low profile that DP. Oh, dodging another air grab there.
I gotta say, Testament jump slash and jump heavy, if you're using them as sort of means to defend your airspace, they're amazing, especially on like back jumps or instant air dash back into jump slash jump heavy, or even like the S fireball in the air. Testament can really cover a lot of ground against people who are trying to get aggressive on you.
Oh, little delay momentum with the teleport. And answer in the chat. So you're saying you gotta balance out smart plays with slightly dumber plays, but when you really think about it, respecting your opponent makes it so that if you do a dumb play, it just means that you respect them too much to take it into account, and you're actually just being really smart in return.
That sounds very profound.
That didn't make any sense. If that didn't make any sense, I'm metagaming you.
Ooh, okay, gets ahead.
RTL confirmed. That's a big advantage. That's going to be Oki on the wall break, positive bonus. I don't go for a charge fireball, but I'm surprised about. Oh, there it is. And the dust to finish off the round.
Creed had like 1,000 different methods of finishing that round with the with the 75 meter and even more coming soon.
Earlier in the set, Greed was having these dust plays kind of worked out in their favor, and then Gaz became very aware of them, and I think Greed not having used any for so long made it work this time.
Yeah, that's kind of what you want to do with some of those risky tools.
The punish on Greed's own grab, just moving slightly closer and getting the grab of her own.
Very nice, throwing in the right direction. Now again with the commanding position, throws the...
Another air grab, and this time cancels it. You get a wall break.
I like that from Gas, holding the burst, because that conversion wasn't going to be too big, so saving the burst for a bigger one.
Yeah, Gas potentially showing a lot of confidence that she's going to take this into a third round. And you know, that's when you want to have more resources than your opponent to kind of secure yourself to win. Oh no, this might be it. Oh, the blocked burst. I mean, you have to go for the burst there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure next hit from Kai would have finished it, so it's just about, you know, micro timing. When are you gonna try it, and do you think they're gonna bait immediately? Wow!
The run-up throw.
The animest of dash throws I've ever seen. Another one?
And we haven't even been paying attention to the score. We've just been kind of watching the set play out, but it is 6-6 right now.
Yeah, there's been so many adjustments on screen, both from Gas and Greed.
Oh no, the wake up RTL! That just takes a round.
I wouldn't have expected that either, because, like, for a while, Greed hasn't really been reversing that much. Not using the DP, and certainly not the super either.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, just going back to this earlier style, playing very aggressively off the get-go. And, you know, now being half of a health bar away from winning the set, getting a straight hit into an RC conversion, doesn't get the wall break, but will maintain corner pressure.
Oh, this is baited!
Block the reversal, and that is it.
Won't be able to build the burst back in time just a little bit. And the final adjustment from Greed. Wow, that was complete change of momentum.
Yeah, suddenly it just was a very fast last match to finish it off. But what a set it was.
Yeah, definitely great first showcasing here what Testament can do.
Yeah, and especially the difference between Gaz at the start of the set versus towards the end, the kind of adaptations, and just showing the flexibility of the character already with what little we know of what you can do with them. It's really cool.
That was such a storyline for sure. And I feel like it goes to show, like, this character is still very new, and I literally am seeing Gas develop here in front of our eyes during the set.
Yeah, and I think if Gas keeps showing up with Testament in the following weeks, we're bound to see exponential growth on this character. And, you know, we've seen her put up such good gameplay as Soul before that I think it is bound to be great on Testament once the character is more developed.
Alright, while we are in the middle of the matches, I think I saw Satsu did offer to step up to play against the Weed in the Vigilant instead on Testament as well.
I'm interested to see this next matchup. AgguBaggu, incredible Baiken player, who's shown to also have quite a bit of range, having played in Giovanna last week and having played a variety of other characters, versus Deknud, and this is bound to be an interesting one because I don't think I've ever seen Baiken v Axel.
Yeah, definitely. Axel, one of the rarer characters in the scene. Baiken, one of the newer characters. So I have no idea what is actually going to happen in this matchup. You would think Axel has a little bit of an advantage, maybe, because Baiken works really well at, like, sort of somewhere around mid to range, but Axel can really keep you out of that sweet spot for her. Alright, we got the players, we got the characters, and it's time to hit it. Deknud, obviously, a player of many different characters. I think Axel might be potentially one of their newer additions.
You can see by their in-game name, you know, Axel Learner.
But the truth is, when you have a very able top-level player piloting a side character, it is still so scary.
Yeah, the name is just getting ready to scrub code afterwards if they lose. It's interesting how, because Viken is a character that enjoys playing a bit slower and controlling neutral, and obviously Axel is a character that kind of thrives on controlling neutral. So I think we're just seeing now how the set plays out. You know, Aggu being really aggressive immediately, just not giving any room to breathe for Deknud here.
Wow, the pace, the backdrift, baiting a burst. Deknud, however, probably very reluctant. And whoa, nice check there. 2K catching kinda on the follow-up. Amazing presence of mind. Backdrift.
But this is a very scary burst to be throwing out in the first round. Do you think, you know, Deknud here wouldn't want to burst after having that low on health, because you still have a whole other 1 to 2 rounds to go through.
Oh, that's one of the better starters for Viken.
Oh, the 6B?
I think the jump heavy does not even have disjoint. It does reach very far away. That's a very common strategy for Axel to jump out and then jump heavy, the downward big box, but Aggu was just ready to 6B that. Oh, we're in once again!
I think most of... I'm not entirely sure, because Axel has changed his hitboxes between games, so I'm not sure how destructive he actually is in this game, but still have Dust Loop open. I'm going to double check for us. And yeah, jumping heavy is only ever so slightly disjointed, so that 6B will most of the times hit.
Yeah, I guess the thing is, like, having faith in your 6B, like 6 being a little earlier than you would think they get there, because it's Axel. Ooh, another great check again. 2K into the thick throw and into the damage. Ooh, drops it though.
Unfortunately, yeah. Because I do think the bomber loops could have gotten the round here, but it's fine because they get the punish on the run up.
Whoa! Jumping was going the wrong direction.
Oh.
Now tie it up.
I'd be getting upset about that. Oh, the rope kind of messing up both players. It seems, just kind of making unexpected things happen.
That was a very messy situation. Another one!
That's the command grab. Yo, time stop combo. Let's go.
Ooh, this could be enough.
Oh no. Oh no.
Unless there's just no follow-up.
It's fine. Deknud is learning Axel.
Learning as we go. It's just like last set.
Oh.
Ooh, this is a lot of resources. Last bit of health for Aggu. And there we go.
And the jump heavy once again.
Was almost as fast as the first round, or the first game. Yeah, this is probably gonna be explosive.
In the other, well, you know, it is Axel we're talking about. He does have those bomber loops. And, you know, Viken has fireworks. Both of these characters have explosives, right? I think you're categorically correct on this is an explosive set. Or the gold burst. You don't typically see Axels go for gold burst because, you know, you want to keep your opponent far away from you as much as possible. Reversal super? And RC.
That's probably
That's quite a bit of damage.
I think all on the Cabaret situation, if you go for any sort of a follow-up, the reversal super is gonna call Viken out.
And grab to finish off the round. Really aggressive Axel play from Deknud here.
Yeah, it's
You know,
good to
typically,
hear.
very true, but even then you will still see Axel players typically play a lot more chilled out than what you'd expect from a typical Guilty Gear round.
Yeah, I guess if you're in a position like this, you kind of
Another
have to be...
reversal super?
Works out once again.
Yeah, catching off the Cabaret, as you were saying just now. The chain hand from Viken is unfortunately not impervious to getting reversal.
Wow. Didn't manage to dash out of that follow-up range. I thought for sure Aggu was already out there, because it does have a little bit of a, like, dead zone, only reaching to the other side of the screen.
This is also an unfortunate matchup for the kind of tools that Viken has. You know, her parry is almost never going to be very good in here, because it is unlikely for Axel to be hitting at a range where it's going to be functional.
Yeah, even if you somehow manage to connect something, you just have to be point blank to get the full
call out. With command grab, Aggu is able to go in on it, sets up the tatami safe jump, and some good pressure. Gets the grab.
Overhead.
The cross up tatami.
Wow! Oh,
Cross up Yozan-san? Cross up Yozan-san?
Oh, that's right though! And Deknud finally able to build
up.
Wow! Aggu just actively keeps RPSing, and that's sort of what you have to do against Axel. It's always been so. You're not gonna get on Axel on the ground if you're already mid-screen. It's some sort of jump in RPS that you will have to run. And you can see Aggu very actively going for the jump-ins, trying to sort of change their momentum, change their angle of attack, trying to throw Deknud off as much as possible.
Deknud has pushing Viken up to you. Nod doesn't seem to be the smartest of choices, forcing Meter to get her away. But now getting, again, another gold burst.
Oh, is that a punish? That is! And breaks the wall immediately! Deknud still has the 50 meter. Oh, misses the safe jump setup.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Aggu not able to get up close in that situation, which is what he'd want to be doing against Axel.
That presence of mind from Deknud, saving themselves out of that whiff with the back drift RC.
Yeah, Deknud is showing to just be able to do a lot off of a reaction, which is really good skill to have as Axel, just being able to use the correct tool on reaction to what your opponent is trying to do. And again, unfortunately unable to get that parry off. Aggu with a very big health deficit to work through.
Ooh, dashing through the 5B, doesn't hit.
But now going on the offensive, but unfortunately gets caught out.
But yeah, like you said, Axel is that character who kind of has to take a lot of preemptive reads in terms of where you're gonna be on the screen. So you're naturally, by definition, gonna be whiffing here and there. And because you open yourself up to potential whiff punishes, I think it's a good idea to have Meter as Axel ready to go when you need to sort of bail out of there and save yourself from a whiff.
Here we see a much more classic Axel move, just as soon as you get your first hit in, just bursting away, making sure that, you know, your opponent has just had to work through to get in. Now you gotta force them to work again.
Oh, misses barely! The vacuum just sort of pulling Aggu in there. The cross up on Yo-Sansen, the instant overhead delivers Aggu with a big combo.
And now more corner pressure. I think that not breaking the wall is even in Aggu's favor right now, because
yeah, for sure.
You know, being able to just keep up close to Axel is very against what Axel would like.
Yeah, you will not go back to neutral against Axel without a wall break. That's a suicide. At least if you can help it. Oh, but a good 6K. Finds the snipe.
Oh, there's a Baiken very close to you, Axel.
Ooh, 6p hits! Not only an anti-air, very good counter poke tool on the ground as well.
And Aggu just holding on to that burst. Deknud forced to use theirs immediately because, there's... unfortunately, if the Baiken is up close to you, you might just lose a round right there. And as we were saying... Oh,
straight into the super. I think this kills! This might kill! It does!
Oh my god, it does!
I think that's such a beautiful feature of Baiken. For some reason, like out of those flash hit confirms, that super, especially in the corner when it breaks the wall, it does so much damage. Almost more than you can get with any RC conversions. Alright, back to this. Aggu trying to find the in. And he does! Get the throw, attach the bow.
Now this is a very rough position for Axel. That's so much damage.
Yeah,
and
that wasn't even
be a
over
very
yet.
difficult situation, yeah. Because now Aggu just gets in for free.
Ah, the jump slash into Yozansen.
Exactly, just such a difficult thing to deal with.
Aggu has definitely done what they need to, like, in a matchup like this where you can't expect to get in very often, when you actually do...
Ooh, jumping over the command grab. Very good awareness. Avoiding the possibility of a jumping heavy there. Play patiently. Against Axel, impatience is your worst enemy.
For sure. Because like Axel scores very decent amount of damage out of anti-airs. So if you get anti-aired over and over, it can be like 3 or 4 combos and you're done.
Case in point, not necessarily anti-airs, but just any sort of kind of rushing pressure
any combo
get dealt with if the Axel player just calls it out.
And then when you're low at health, then it gets to this, like small hits like 2 heavy into nothing, 2p, even 5p will just slowly chip you out.
Oh, Deknud just opting to go for the full screen run, just getting out of the sticky situation. You're running at me, you go over, I'm gonna go under and just keep running.
Oh,
getting a solid hit.
Utilizing the threat there to their own purposes, Deknud.
I remember seeing day 1 of Baiken, someone as Axel doing bomber loops off of Tether, just without having to use any meter, but just spacing them out properly.
Oh no!
I was kind of wondering if we were gonna see that from Deknud right now.
This is tragic. Aggu, unfortunately, oh okay, it didn't end up mattering. Aggu kind of cornering themselves there, but was able to still get out. 3 apiece. Whew. I'm still surprised how actively Aggu is able to find their way in.
I think does the Tami going up, because it beats projectiles typically, does it beat Axel's normals?
Not really, I think, because they're not considered projectiles, right?
Yeah. That's one thing I was wondering, because I'm always confused about if they are considered projectiles or not. Some things, the way some things behave in these matchups. You don't see Axel that often. I feel like we've been seeing it quite a bit recently, which is nice, because I do think it's a cool character.
Alright, the round start.
These round starts have been very much in AgguBaggu's favor.
Yeah, I feel like in a matchup like this, the round start is probably one of your best RPS situations for Baiken. That range when Axel is still not in the defensive position yet.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that! The thing is, even if they are not projectiles, a lot of Axel's normals will extend your hurt box, Dalsim style.
Yeah. That is what I went to quickly check, is that Axel doesn't really have a lot of destroy on his moves, so it definitely makes it a quite dangerous tool if you're playing against someone who does have disjoints and can kind of commit some resource to punishing you.
I think
very
it's
dangerous.
Mainly like jump slash that has some disjoint at the tip end of the chain.
Ooh, Aggu just finding their way in now and just kind of being on Deknud's ass relentlessly.
And this can be really sort of... It can catch you off guard when somebody is being this aggressive and you just can't find your groove to defend your space properly. Even if you theoretically have the ball at the start of the matchup or start of the round, it can be hard to hold on to it, and Aggu just relentless.
Ooh. And here I thought the tatami falling down could have gone the wall break. Has so much damage.
Once again, very aware of that command grab from Axel, and yeah, we think that full screen command grab does give Aggu a little bit of real estate to work with. Even if you don't necessarily get the punish fully, you can advance on Axel, and that in itself is very important. Again, the right read, the air dash gets the Jump Slash, and now the pressure starts. Good check from Deknud though.
Oh, and I think Deknud just goes over here. Oh no. Falls fast enough, but still just blocks and gets the punish. Forces the burst out of Aggu, but Aggu is very low health.
Yeah, this is dangerous against Axel unless you're just perfect at reading stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that! The dash out of the follow-up dead zone, and Aggu is actually stealing this road still! Wow!
That has to sting if you're the Axel player in that situation. The way Aggu just perfectly avoided Deknud's normals that were trying to stop their approach.
You sometimes tend to forget that, like, after Rensen, especially if you're coming from older Guilty Gear games, the follow-up is not necessarily as safe as it could be for Axel. It's not the old Rensen that we're used to. If you're stuck at the end of the screen, then sure, you have to block that follow-up. But at mid-range, Aggu has been dashing forward, RPSing, making the best out of the knowledge in this matchup. Wow,
the parry!
That must have been max range. That was really far away.
Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't result in just an Axel being stopped, but into an actual full counter.
Right, this time managed to land it too heavy. But the thing is, Axel will only get so much damage, and once Viking gets in like this, ooh, you're in big trouble. Right, checking on the minus frames. But where's the out? Deknud just not able to find it.
I don't think there's one right now, because even the burst exactly just... Oh no, wait! There's your out! And there's still a tether, just gets broken.
The jump slash versus jump slash. Like both of those moves are fairly similar in hitbox in terms of where they reach, but the player who is higher in the air will take it, and this time it was Aggu.
Now Aggu moving onto set points.
We're playing
6-3.
Very evenly earlier, but now suddenly Aggu with the burst of aggression, the explosive combos, the RPS, everything going right for them.
Solid PRC to get the block in, but unfortunately gets still put in the Axel blender.
Alright, manages to finally break the momentum of Aggu. This is exactly what Deknud needs. They need
just needs to keep it going, just needs to kind of figure out the response to the new ways that Aggu has been approaching.
Yeah, there we go, the 5Ks. Sorry, the 5Ps.
Seems to be seeing that. Oh, but now all of a sudden, Aggu's very close by again, and that's not what you want to be seeing as an Axel.
No.
And there's so much, there was so much risk behind that hit.
Yeah, that was a B&B for 60%. extending.
But still, respecting the burst. Though, I would have to say, as the Axel player, wouldn't you just go for as much damage as you can until you get bursted away, and then you're at your range?
I wonder, because so theoretically, if Deknud commits to that combo and gets bursted, Aggu gets much better position compared to where you could be if you just bait it and back off. I wonder. There's a lot of thoughts that can go into, you know.
Oh, solid. Yeah, once again, Deknud with, you know, getting the match in that could very well be the turning point now, but unfortunately taking so much damage.
Pow.
Gun super to break the wall. Yeah, in any matchup against Axel, you just want to make sure you break that wall with a super to get the positional advantage, because otherwise the Axel gets a lot of real estate.
Immediate burst from Aggu against that YRC.
Yeah, just not wanting to give even an inch.
Oh,
the parry!
Yeah, that option hasn't been represented that much, and definitely not on as a reversal option. And that safe jump, yeah, it's gonna be vulnerable against parries. But can't let that worry you too much. Deknud needs twice to win 2 rounds here to still survive.
Yeah, and AgguBaggu just needs to take this last round, but the last round can sometimes prove to just be the hardest one to get.
I kind of like that gun super there. Aggu was feeling like they couldn't get the punish in time, so we're trying to sort of cover the distance with the super. Ooh, finds the interruption. Uh-oh.
Is this it? This is a very precarious corner pressure situation, but Deknud seems to pick up their footing, but no, gets whiff punished with gun super.
Oh my god, that gun super! It feels so good! If you see them, like if you're, for example, on a backwards jumping trajectory and they're whiffing, why not just fire the gun?
Yeah, and I feel like in general in this matchup, we didn't see it used that much, but I feel like it would just be one of Baikon's strongest tools. I mean, goes through everything, you can just hit full screen and then run up behind it after it hits. Like, there's bound to be a lot you can do with it in this specific matchup.
Whew. That was something new for sure. But I mean, considering that Axel probably the newest addition to Deknud's repertoire, that was still a very strong showing, and was extremely pleasurable to watch as well. But now, since the Vigilante had to bail on a short notice, we have another Testament player, so we got Satsu Testament stepping in to play against Deknud. This will be very interesting because me and Satsu are like fairly common sparring partners. We've done some mirror matches as well, but throughout the years, this is probably the player I've personally played the most Guilty Gear with.
That's good. So how familiar are you with their Testament then, with the development they've been putting on the character? Because, you know, obviously week 1, and I know I have been talking with you about kind of getting Testament tech and learning the character. So how have you been with that and with Satsu?
So we played day 1, after which we haven't played that much, but we've been talking in DMs, and Satsu has been grinding this character quite a bit, has been trying to figure out what the strong points are, how some of the matchups work. At this point, I have no idea where their Testament is currently, but considering the opponent that they are against here, the Weed, it's gonna be a rough ride. Satsu will have to bring their years and years of fighting game knowledge, the experience to speak for themselves here.
Mm-hmm. And I have to imagine the Giovanna matchup to be a fairly difficult one. I mean, Giovanna can just move up in neutral so fast at you that, you know, the pressure has to be kind of relentless on the Testament player to kind of keep Giovanna at bay with those big normals. And if you don't get the kind of correct spacing to do it, Giovanna can just run away with rounds.
Yeah, I feel like one of the Achilles' heels of Testament so far is like very aggressive characters who can move well and explode for a lot of damage. And Gio basically sort of categorizes for all of those. That said, the footsies are gonna be definitely an important factor. Even though we know Gio has those big buttons, 2D, stuff like that, Testament has very, in my opinion, decent tools for deal with a lot of that. If you guess right, that is.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be the game plan of big buttons that have short range but a lot of movement on the character from Giovanna versus just, you know, big buttons size-wise that cover up a lot of the screen and are hopefully going to be used to stuff the approach of Giovanna. But look at that. Just as we were talking about controlling space versus Giovanna, we have Satsu just going through and teleporting right into Giovanna's space to catch the player off guard.
Ooh, nice stand there. Ooh, catches the empty teleport. Interesting. Good jump in. Now Satsu in trouble. How are we gonna get out of this situation where Giovanna thrives the most? Close range.
It has to be very difficult. catching the 5D and hitting just a fireball. And I don't know if you noticed, just now we had the weeds, Giovanna's kind of torpedo kick. Trouvel just beat out the Testament's projectile and making it not leave behind a succubus. So I wonder if we're gonna see more of that. If we're gonna see recognition on the weeds part. If they've been playing against Testament, or maybe if they just saw it now.
Yeah, they tried it again. It's definitely gonna be a factor to go through those Grave Reapers and go through the Crows as well. Nice, Satsu teleporting out of the corner.
Is it? We had Gaz earlier, and she wasn't teleporting much, just relying on proper spacing, playing against Sky. And here we're just seeing Satsu play differently.
Satsu took a big gamble there, wanted to still fight for that round. And now we'll be playing this last round without any burst whatsoever.
Wow, we can still potentially get a burst.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that TP will hit you. Especially if you give the Giovanna player time to go under you and as you delay your air momentum.
Good reaction there.
Oh no. And that's gonna do a lot of damage. Just straight hits into Giovanna's super deals so much damage.
Ooh, the footsies catching. Into conversion. Oh, didn't get close enough. Satsu wanted the close slash, but unfortunately didn't get close enough and turned into far slash instead.
Now Satsu on such low health.
Ooh, finds the low.
Still going for it. Not giving up that 6B, really putting in a lot of work.
Wow, I thought Satsu was done, but they're actually working on a pretty decent chance here. It's gonna be up to the last RPS who gets the hit. Oh, one more. Yeah, the 6Ps don't deliver that much damage. And there, the tail end of the fireball! Holy!
That is no small amount of pressure to be taking that round under.
And
really
Satsu.
Solid showing for a very first match here. Especially for someone who's downplaying themselves. You gotta be more confident than that. Oh, 6B.
Alright, there we go. With
Beating
the
arrow kick. Oh, but now grab into the corner. Now we're gonna get put into the Giovanna blender.
Yeah, just a comfortable 6-speed there. Feel a little bit of distance. Yeah, perfect. As soon as... I think Satsu has had a very keen sense. Uh-oh.
That has to be the round, yeah.
Ooh, the 6B once again, man. That 6B works, especially when spaced. I think that's also, in addition to being one of the fastest recovering 6Bs in the game, one of the farthest reaching horizontal-wise.
Yeah, it's got such a big hitbox. Here we have Satsu setting up some good Oki off of that throw, and unfortunately getting caught out.
Nice backdashes out. Oh, there we
That was
go.
behind, but unfortunately, the weed was ready.
Good awareness this time. Satsu has been using that teleport to get out of a lot of defensive positions, and now the weed perfectly timed far slash. Catching on the teleport.
And paying attention to it, because the weed was starting to advance, saw Satsu jumping into the air and recognized, I'm just gonna stay close to this succubus for now. Oh, now, insane state.
The stain stays on. Drink blocks.
Truvon to go through, taking off the stain by hitting Testament. Oof. And dog combo. What the dog doing? The dog sending you to Brazil?
Again, getting out of the corner with the use of teleport. It's so, the teleport recovery is very fast. Oh, there we go though. I think a lot of characters should be able to option select Calamity 1 because it has so much startup. If you go with like your fast, if your close slash has enough or a fast enough recovery.
DP reached so far though. And now, really big combo from the weed spark. I don't know if that was a drop or just opted to not go for the wall break. Because I'm fairly sure Giovanna could have broken the wall there.
Ooh,
trading so Stain doesn't proc. Now that very solid combo. Respecting the meter, keeping distance. Couldn't get a safe jump at that distance. And taking another match.
Good recognition that the OTG was gonna kill there. And the weed. Getting the lead. That rhymes.
69 the lead.
Nice. Ooh, was that a whiff punish on 2D? You love to see it.
I think it just hit during the startup.
Finds a big hit, immediate burst, back in the corner.
Oh no! Air grab.
Ends up whipping. And now the weed.
5D RC into the corner, and now it's just strike throw after strike throw. You are playing against a Giovanna player.
It's the Strive classic, but oh, it works so well for these super aggressive characters like Gio and Sol.
Fortunately, Vigilante just became available. It was a very unfortunate timing.
Oh, okay. Into a throw.
Strike throw. Oh, that disjoint. Run up, the dash up block. With how fast Giovanna's dash is, it's a very good option to throw against an advancing Brave Reaper. Oh, Truvon through the projectile.
Drifting into the button, and now the weed again. First from Satsu, buying a little bit of space.
Yeah, this is another very tight situation for Satsu.
The succubus just expired. They were gonna teleport to it for sure. There we go. Catches with the teleport once again.
Gets the air movement out. Oof.
Oh, but the classic frame trap, the up kick. Feels kind of bad when you have the stain on. You kind of want to swing, but you're under their pressure. And the stain states
being the arrow kick.
Yeah, pretty much any button that you put out there is gonna call out the spiral arrow.
Yeah, but the 6B is especially safe.
Yeah.
In this scenario, and you know, sometimes it's just worth it to go for the very safe option. Gets the burst out of the weed, has a lot of meter to work with. Now you are in the corner, Giovanna. Oh, nice
jump
dust to just
I'm not actually sure if that was a miss on air throw, but if not, that's actually a very good button to use in there. Because if you make airborne opponent block that jump D, you're in a super good position.
Yeah, and the positional advantages you still get from using it is very nice. Unfortunately, the trade is not in Satsu's favor.
Oh, there's the backwards moving momentum with those buttons.
And once again, Druvan clashing with the projectile and just making the bird not apply any stain.
Wow.
Oh, but the teleport's getting a little couple off of it.
It takes so much presence of mind to be aware of, you know, the possibility of the teleport always being a thing. Again, escape from the corner, and Satsu is just... I mean, you gotta expect it. Satsu is a long-time chip player. ACPR, Exert, and Strive. If somebody knows how to use a teleport move in Guilty Gear games, it gotta be Satsu, right?
That makes a lot of sense. Now that you've given that context, I was already very impressed, but you know, it does come with experience.
Yeah, we're talking about...
The way Satsu's already been using those teleports, especially very aggressively, considering how passively I've seen people play Testament.
Yeah, it's like the context. If you think Satsu is playing well, this is like what, tens of years of fighting game experience from back in the day. A true OG.
Oh,
wow,
that dude, he hit so far
from downtown, and Satsu's dead.
That's the not the match, the game.
I mean, it is still ridiculously far-reaching move, and a couple of Testament's moves also leave your hurt box lingering in there, especially like 6 heavy. Which is probably the reason Satsu hasn't been using 6 heavy that much.
Oh, that 2D! Stays active for quite a bit, so it's probably a good call-out button on the teleport. And then so much damage. That is a Giovanna classic.
Ooh, that was kind of cool. Putting the jump K in there so that Satsu doesn't get air thrown. Into conversion.
Now, the super is into the RC, just so much damage.
Yeah, it's one of the deciding factors. Oh my goodness, that jump or that far slash from Joe gotta be good because it stays active for so long.
And the roundhouse kick going through hitting the 6B on the trade. That is a classic Giovanna fatal frame trap.
Speaking of classics, that was more of a classic escape from the corner, the super jump, air dash out.
Yeah. And here we have Satsu just kind of keeping their distance, just playing the spacing game, but unfortunately getting caught out.
The 6B from
and
behind.
Put into the corner, forced to burst, and that arrow kick will just beat Grave Reaper.
Yeah, big tail of the tape here is definitely the risk, reward, and the damage discrepancy between these characters. For Testament, you gotta set up your stain first, and then get another hit to really put those
gets
rewards.
A lot of damage, even just off of getting stray buttons into super, and you know, typically Testament has shown to be able to throw out that Grave Reaper very comfortably in most matchups, and against Giovanna that's not necessarily true because Giovanna has such a fast dash, so much pressure off of just running at you.
Oh wow!
You know,
the weak
I think
challenging successfully there.
Definitely a lot of the kind of chip classic of using the big movement speed as a neutral tool.
Mm-hmm. And it really shows looking at how fast Satsu moves around, even on character like Testament.
Oh, we have a live comment from Satsu, probably sent during the wall break, just saying, "Lol, this matchup is difficult." I bet.
in a true ZoKHiZ fashion, typing in chat even during the opponent's combos.
Wow. Certified Hokuto no Ken moment.
Alright. Assuming a little
that
more defensive
DP.
position, but backing themselves into the corner. And here's the big starter. Has to burst. Oh, the Crave Reaper. The strike of the Fireball. That's another great feature.
Something that's super to play the wall. To break the wall. And a little bit of extra damage. That's still a very respectable amount of damage. And
The cross-up
another
jump
combo!
kick! I didn't even consider that option. Oh, tried to be
I
sneaky.
wonder. Wait, I wonder, is there a position where that can beat it? Because I think that was just because the Satsu was hit on the startup.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm pretty sure that the projectile invo frames are not gonna be able to go through, if you can even go through at all. You never know with like Guilty Gear projectiles. Oh, good.
Oh, 6B getting the cross-up kick. And there's a Giovanna in the corner, but look at how fast she can step forward.
Yep. Into the hard knockdown and the stain once again. Are we gonna see another cross-up? Satsu might play it. The left-right again. No, just overhead!
Going for the 5D! Another kind of mix-up, yeah.
And the throw, yeah.
And the throw to finish it off.
You know, I really like that going into the overhead instead on the wall break, because Satsu did plant the seed of doubt, probably in David's mind, that there is gonna be a cross-up mix-up, and then just not using it afterwards.
Oh. Seeing that arrow kick just go through kind of breaks my heart.
Very decent burst there against the stain combo. Oh, but the 2D is active, and here we go, coast to coast. Misses the pickup, but still has the pressure. Yo!
Oh, but Satsu over the cross-up meter. Oh, unfortunately, can't follow through with a bigger combo, but still gets in such a good position.
Oh, look at that
Keeping
swinging.
distance and applying pressure on the corner, and Giovanna just has to respect it right now.
Ooh, that was kind of cool, whiffing the jump D on crouching Gio there. One hit, that should be it, right? Yes, indeed. The strike
Nice.
portion of the Crave Reaper hits, getting 2 hits. And Satsu slowly starting to find a little bit of a footing here. But as soon as I say it, we're in the corner, and this is...
Yeah, as soon as you say it, the kind of footing that Satsu found was Giovanna's feet into your face. Because I do not think this is a situation where one would enjoy that. Forcing the burst though,
Oh,
and
nice.
catching the torpedo kick with a far slash.
Uh-oh.
That was Giovanna with a 100-meter. And just kind of throw out that dive kick.
Making that Arbiter safe there. Again, the active
It's
frames.
still going to be so much. Oh no, just too far.
Satsu in danger zone. Yeah, the DP.
And the DP finishes it off.
Yeah, the DP might be pretty tricky. If you're trying to go for any sort of air projectiles, the DP will catch you very high up in the sky.
Yeah, and especially because Testament's air projectiles can be used to stall their air momentum. They're very easily counteracted by someone just kind of being a little bit patient under you.
Yeah.
Dog combo super to break the wall. A lot of damage. Now, a good Oki for the Giovanna player.
Oh, where's the escape gonna come from? Alright, just gets a about a button in there. Teleport out, but yeah,
2Ps just will check that.
that feels really bad having to burst the 2PP combo, but I think Satsu had no choice. That was gonna kill. And again,
Once again, just yeah.
you're searching for the big hit when you're in that massive life discrepancy situation, but yeah, the pressure resets will put you in a way of harm of the jabs. Oh, that was cool escape once again. I really love how Satsu is able to sort of loop the stain. That's sort of, I think, what's gonna be the big thing that makes Testament strong. Being able to loop stain as much as you can.
Blocking the burst after the close slash counter hit.
Yeah, look
now
at that
the
once
DP,
again.
and that's going to be a pickup. It's going to break the wall.
The Satsu does have a lot of meter to work with here. We could potentially see a reversal. Oh, unless the first hit hits.
And now this is a set point for the Weed. Satsu has shown, you know, a really good showing for week 1 Testament, but the Weed is, you know, when you've got a character that has been out since the release of the game, there's definitely a lot more potential for experience there, unfortunately. But still,
oh no!
Satsu. Oh no!
I think in that Arbiter wall stick situation, you have to use 5 heavy. Otherwise, every other move will be too slow. Teleporting into the stain, we have the pressure, using the last 50 meter to keep it alive, but the good Amare button from the Weed.
Oh, still getting a hit, forcing the burst out. This can potentially be really good for Satsu if they manage to clutch out the round. Oh no! And the burst bait with just enough meter.
Kinda had to, but the RC at the end was bound to happen from the Weed as well. 7-2, but I mean that's two points that we like. I think that's still a pretty good score. Like again, we said,
and the matches themselves. I think it's important to look at the
yes
Satsu's gameplay inside of these matches and kind of the development that is already being shown on a week 1 Testament, especially on a matchup that at a surface level seems to be quite disadvantageous. Giovanna, once again, has a lot of really solid buttons to check what Testament is trying to do, and just generally being a fast-moving character seems to be very much in her favor in this matchup.
Such a interesting sight to behold, like seeing the fluidity of Satsu's old characters sort of culminating here in the new one and seeing how it all comes together. It looks like Satsu is definitely able to put their own special touch as a player into the mix in terms of how to play Testament. It's looking like Satsu's Testament looking like its own thing, much different from other Testaments I've seen so far. But next up, we're gonna have our honorary Finnish Kai player Dekapact facing off against Sierra Weiss from Germany. I think Sierra Weiss was on... Were they on sort of a break? It's been a while since I've seen them in Strive. But whatever is the case, I
don't think I've seen them around. So it's gonna be an interesting thing to see. And anytime there's a gold Lewis on the screen, I'm happy. You know?
Yeah, we had some good gold Lewis matches on the Finnish front in terms of the assembly tournament. Had Shady take that one with a pretty nice, even though Shady was the winner in grand finals, was sort of in a bad situation, knocked to losers bracket, and then in a 0-2 situation, made the character switch to gold Lewis and was able to bring it back. That was beautiful to watch. But that was that, and this is this. Now it's Sierra Weiss gold Lewis versus Dekapact. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, that's 6p. Just checking big boy gold Lewis, and now being put in a corner is a really rough position for gold Lewis, and just what Kai wants, but gets out with a nice Behemoth Typhoon.
Uh-oh, the burst
and a
whipped.
Nice punish on the burst.
Oh wow, that was interesting.
I think that was just a recognition that the Typhoon was going to whiff, so opted to spend meter to just reset and get the drone to go through.
Wait, that missed? Interesting. I think Deka sort of recognized that that was gonna hit OTG for some reason. I guess experience coming into play. I'm surprised that that didn't carry long enough.
Was that a frame kill? Interesting. These 5Ps.
Yeah, using...
They have to have they have to, you know, have a reasoning to them. So
yeah, I mean, just throwing out random buttons in, like, during the time that there's nothing else to do anyway, can sort of force twitch reactions from your opponent. Like, oh, did they miss their Oki? Can I press a button? Oh, nice, the minigun calls out the air fireball on the way down. The jab into... Not the biggest conversion, but we're still holding the corner. This is... yeah.
and that's a very difficult position to be in against Gold Lewis, you know?
Yeah, Gold Lewis's favorite plays when they're hammering you down, sweeping the floor with your guts, with that
In
massive
this
spike.
Behemoth Typhoon, Gold Lewis keeps you in the corner, and you just take it.
Oh! Almost
Fortunately,
getting
can't get a conversion out of it, but yeah, that was a solid hit.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can use 5P to buffer the Behemoth Typhoon as well. That makes sense.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I did wonder if it was just going to be either a frame kill to get the timing right on something, or... But that makes a lot of sense as well.
Yeah, I don't want to get those TK Typhoons. Oh, the double somersault into a small little wall break. And now Sierra has a lot of... Wow, the footsies. Yo!
Oh, the minion!
Being able to be just out of reach of Stun Dipper. Yeah, I guess that's the kind of thing you would love to prevent from happening. Sierra getting a little bit of a TK Typhoon there, which probably was not their intention. And now we're hammering. Also have 50 meter, yes, slide back in there.
Now you're being forced in the air. That's just such an awful position to be in. It gets Gold Lewis to just inch closer, but fortunately for Deka, they managed to... Oh no!
Oh,
But
a little bit of a saving grace here.
The close slash does get crossed up.
We have a chance, I believe. Spend the RC. Ah. But Sierra
Keep the
was...
Typhoon in the gap.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Ooh, I'm not sure if that TK Typhoon was meant to happen, but it certainly did the job here.
Sometimes we have happy accidents.
Yeah, I mean, the hitboxes are still very massive, so if your opponent shoves themselves into you...
Such good damage, and a super wall break. Often just a whiff punish on a BT.
Yeah,
That's the unfortunate reality of playing Gold Lewis, is sometimes you just whiff a BT and it really doesn't work in your favor.
Ooh, nice side sweep.
But now there's a Kai stuck in the corner.
And look at that chip damage mounting
And
up.
a coffin swinging around. Of course he gets hit by the food rod following through that Sacred Edge.
Right, no punish on the 5D.
Oh. With a little bit more spacing, that minigun would have done the trick, but unfortunately Dekapact was just too far away, too close by to be able to get the projectile just hitting right away.
One dangerous thing is to whiff these Behemoth Typhoons at neutral, because Kai does have pretty far-reaching, decent buttons for whiff punishing that lead into good rewards as well. Speaking of rewards, I think... Oh, not quite.
Does the grab kill? Oh,
Yeah, there's
it does when you spend a little bit of meter on it.
absolutely nothing that Sierra Vice could have done there anymore. Especially since Deka chose the right path. Drift backwards out of that throw and just throw the fireball. Nice, looking like...
immediately sending Sierra into the corner, and now this is a very difficult position for Gold Lewis. And as I say that, Sierra just managing to get out. Typically, as Gold Lewis, you have a hard time getting out of those difficult corner pressure scenarios.
Yeah, you're kind of trying to find a hole to get that jump off so you could gain access to the very fast startup jump D. Or not really fast startup, but that seems to hit the opponent very fast. Let's put it like that. Just a basic pressure. Do they get the side swap? Not quite.
While making the grab whiff.
Oh!
Unfortunately, maybe didn't recognize. Maybe that wasn't as good a startup as hoped.
Yeah, good recognition from Dekapact. Neutral jumping and seeing CarrotOfWisdom pull out the minigun air dash forward punish. They couldn't have blocked that either. Deka was out of meter. That would have chipped them out. Here we go. Flip the sides and back to neutral. Oh yeah, the air fireball doesn't advance fast enough. The bullets will get there in time. Oh, was that a startup of Stun Dipper that I saw?
I'm not really sure. We saw very little of whatever was starting up there. Which is a bit unfortunate for the Kai. Oh, blocking the gold burst. And now you're in the corner against Gold Lewis. And you don't have meter, you don't have burst.
I think he's dead.
That, yeah.
360. Maximum
That
damage.
has to kill.
He's dead.
Yep, and the wall still breaks.
That's almost a touch of death there.
Oof. Poor Kai.
Goldlu is one of the few characters who can actually make massive combos like that happen.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
A little bit of a burst bait there. Dekapact still comfortable holding it for now.
But at this point, I wonder if it's just going to be used in the next round, because
Yeah.
Deka's taking a lot of damage. No, actually, Deka made another corner fine.
Ooh, this will be a
My
good combo.
words.
Into. Oh.
Into RTL, confirmed.
Yes, tribe damage, 2 combos, and we equalize the situation. And now the setup.
Not just equalized, but Deka has the advantage. Forces the burst.
Is that gonna reach?
It doesn't, unfortunately.
I wonder if CarrotOfWisdom read that super as an RTL instead and churned out their own one. But it might have been really close to actually reaching Dekapact, even if it was Sacred Edge.
But yeah, no, Deku's patience there with holding burst really paid off, because then meant that they were able to bring it into this next round. Now
Ow.
look at that damage on Gold Lewis.
Ooh, important backdash.
Grabs Gold Lewis into the corner, and now this is a pretty difficult situation for Gold Lewis to get out of, but even still, Sierra finds the gap.
Nice.
Little sword poke goes very far. The 5D hits the clash on the 2P.
I think Deka was sort of reading that was enough. The 5D non-charge was gonna be enough, but the last bit of hit point still left there. Is it? I
So
think.
just started mashing 2P.
Luckily,
That worked out.
I think on hit that 5D is 0, right? So it's still
It
like an
should be. I
okay.
think most 5Ds in this game are 0 on hit.
So it's still
Uncharged, that is.
yeah, should still be an okay position for Kai. Oh, this will be baited though, right? Oh no, not only baited, but
Punished! Oh, goodbye, Kai. That has to hurt.
sheesh them. And with the extra churns, that's gonna deal a lot.
Yeah. Wholly unnecessary, but sometimes you just have to show off a little bit.
I think it's still like the easiest way to go, especially with the super flash buffer. You cannot miss your super input in this game during the opponent's super flashes.
Oof.
CRY climbing up to 4. Still not too far from Dekapact's reach.
Duel 1.
But the consistency of which CRY has been making, not only the neutral work, but also the conversions, is pretty convincing. Now it's gonna be left seen how Dekapact is able to break through the guard. Well, that's one way.
Forcing the burst out, because Sierra did have the opportunity to go for a BT, but unfortunately Deknud made it whiff and was about to get a very big combo on the whiff punish. Sierra is still getting a lot of damage done to them. Oh, going for a cheeky dust.
Oh, punish on the landing there. Not dead though, and Deka, a lot of meter potential to explode. Whoa, gets
a lot of meter and burst still. Deka has shown so much patience with these bursts. Just saying, you know, if I don't need to use it, I'm not gonna use it. I'm just gonna wait for next round and see where that takes us.
Yeah, and it's good to be unpredictable as well. Like, even if you wanna make the burst sometimes you shouldn't. You should vary the position to sort of make your opponent think. And CRY has been able to read a couple of those already, so mixing up the place where you burst is paramount.
I do wonder. We've had a couple moments where Sierra went for very obviously burst baits, ending combos early, and Deka has now since shown a lot of patience with where they burst. So I wonder if that's just gonna make Sierra just go for those max damage combos, even with burst.
Yeah, that could be one adjustment. That's, you know, that's the big question. That's the game.
Getting that BT, the Kai 6B, very good button.
Electricity expires just before the hit, and now being very respectful of that potential of the reversal super.
Yeah, but now you just run pressure.
Keeping
you get
the meter.
a good solid hit, you get good Oki. Oh, the DP RC, and that's going to be it.
Screw your YRC, I'm gonna DP.
Yeah.
That
I
doesn't...
mean, Dekapact is showing themselves to be such a patient player. It's very respectful, but not to the point where they're losing opportunities. Oh, a cheeky clash to start the round.
Yeah, it's one thing to be safe, but it's another thing to not represent all of your RPS options, even if they're risky.
Oh, that 6H will go so far.
The good Kai damage. Yeah, giving the... Oh!
2P checking.
Might have been thinking
And now
about
you're in the corner. Oh? That is a very respectable amount of damage, though. Even for Cold Blue standards, we consider a bit low.
Oh, no cancel this time.
5P, just... Yeah, just confirming off a 5P still finishes the job.
I wonder if Deka was trying to delay as much as possible in sort of... not sure. Just a jab into a little bit of a typhoon.
Yeah, these NDR jabs off of Sierra have been just on point.
Oh no!
Oh, oh no, Deka! Going for a last Hail Mary burst and unfortunately being too high up off of stacking off the wall.
But that was getting so messy. It kind of looked like CRY dropped their combo there, but it could have been a sort of a reset as well. I'm not sure where I would have bursted there either.
Never let them know your next move.
How can the opponent know?
Drop combos on purpose.
how can you know? How can the opponent know your next move if you don't know it yourself? Oh
no!
They were waiting for it.
And just any amount of chip will kill now. And yeah, Deka was quickly running out of meter, but just a run of grab will go.
Yeah, as soon as with that last bit of hit point you lose access to your 50 meter, I think you're done in the corner.
And especially because, you know, a lot of people will just be holding that FD out of fear of getting chipped away to death, that a lot of players can just run up and grab you for that last bit of health, because, you know, you're not gonna tech out of fear of just getting punished.
Nice.
Now,
That
Sierra with more pressure. Deka has to really get on the offensive and get some damage in. Oof. Any stray hit from Gold Lewis steals so much.
good old chump slash to prevent Deka from jumping out, and a sweep of the floor.
Now Gold Lewis, Sierra in a match in a set point position. So let's see. Let's see what Deka can still bring to the table. Now Sierra's responding to Deka's, you know, respect and patience with very aggressive play. Though I guess when you have a big ass offense to swing, why wouldn't you?
Get the throw.
Okay, go into the corner, get some solid Oki.
Ooh, was that a good hit?
Catches a backdash. That was a backdash hit. Now you're back into the corner. The drone is coming for you.
Oh, I love
But
that.
RTL confirms. Kai special. Still keeps the combo going for a little bit longer. Oh no.
Okay.
Okay.
Whew. That was so close.
Until we saw the minigun being pulled out, it was a very dangerous situation, but fortunately Deka managed to throw out that last fireball, and on counter hit that was enough to kill. I think normal hit it wouldn't. Yeah, it did look like one bullet still hit Kai, so that was definitely in the nick of time that the Sacred Edge hit.
The early, quotation, early wall break sort of bailing Deka out here. Still a little bit of a chance. We have 100 meter. Although Sierra Wise building meter as well.
Oh no! Oh, drone surfing.
Yeah, it's a chore to try to get over that drone.
Yeah, especially when you have Gold Lewis coming in with a downwards hitting BP. The gold burst gets baited out, and now Sierra is just applying pressure. And this is the set winning position for Sierra.
Deka slowly running out of everything. They need to get at least meter.
They get the counter hit jump heavy.
Oh,
Unfortunately, the back dash.
Is that it? The last beat of hell. It is! Combo
Finishing
into
the set with the minigun.
That was great. I think that was the guts killing finisher, because every one of those bullets will deal at least 1 damage. So that's probably the strongest thing you can mash, like slam out at the end of the combo.
Yeah, still super impressive performance from both players. Sierra obviously coming out of you said a break. This is the first time they've been here in so long, and kind of coming in and showing such a strong demonstration is really impressive.
Yeah, Sierra Wise has been a potent competitor right from the start of Strive, but like slowly as time has gone by, I think they've been getting stronger and stronger, which is the natural evolution, of course, but relatively Sierra is starting to be up there with some of the hardest hitting people in my mind.
Definitely. I mean, especially when you're playing Gold Lewis, you are inherently hard hitting.
Mm-hmm.
But no, also, you know, it shouldn't go without saying that Deka also played that really well. You know, even if the score might not be super favorable, Deka played that very solidly, putting a lot of pressure on Gold Lewis, knowing when to advance and playing really patiently.
Absolutely.
It's just an unfortunate demonstration from the kind of overwhelming power that Gold Lewis brings.
I'm gonna send Kara a DM in case.
I may take the chance to just get a little bit of water in between the sets, because we've been talking a lot. So everyone in the chat, go hydrate.
Alright, through some twists and turns, the matchup that was initially supposed to be Envy versus Carrot, now ZoKHiZ versus Carrot. Our Finnish Leo player ZoK facing off against our Turkish Milia player. Milia, another relatively rare character. Yeah, this will be interesting. Both characters, not the hardest hitting characters in the game. Both these sort of favor momentum or blender in favor of just, you know, hit them once for 60% health combos. So there's definitely gonna be neutral to be had, as well as guessing going left and right. Of course, if we're talking about Milia, there's always gonna be guessing involved. Once she knocks you down, left, right, up, down, throw, strike. All the options are on the table. Our very own Guilty Gear poster girl for for Oki setups. And it's been a while now since ZoKHiZ has made the character switch. Has got a pretty decent time on Leo. Been working out their way up there, back into the groove, to the position where they were on their Potemkin. And now, we're gonna dive in.
I'm back with water just in time to see this start. And Carrot, we saw them last week. I don't know if you mentioned this while I was gone. Playing against Elder Potemkin. Oh. Was that a command dash to avoid the burst already?
Well, that was a really fast matchup, or fast round for considering it's Milia. Then again, even if Milia doesn't necessarily do the biggest damage per combo, you can super fast flow from combo to combo and just get guess after guess and end the round pretty fast that way.
Yeah, and especially when you bait a burst like that was insane. Carrot definitely one of the strongest players in Europe altogether, not just on Milia. I think it's undeniable.
That's definitely shown. Has the golden borders there after their name. They just showing how much they play the game. I mean, you're not gonna get those borders unless you play like crazy.
Unless you play a lot and consistently win. You know, a lot of people devalue. Oh, that was a really good pickup. Blocking the DP.
Safe jump. But now ZoKHiZ's turn. Is it gonna be enough? Not quite. Trying to reset. Oh, the Berserker Slash.
Yeah, getting the cross up. And making the Milia player guess.
Yeah, it's like technically a lot of those Berserker Slashes are throwable on reaction, but depending on the spacing and where you play them, of course there's the old Sage Wisdom if they're not thinking about it. That time though, CarrotOfWisdom definitely was.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the you know, ZoKHiZ just used it, so now it was fresh on Carrot's mind. So the moment it was used again, they were able to recognize it and just get the grab in.
Oh, I think ZoKHiZ
using
chose
the meter to set up the good Oki situation.
Wow, up to hold the burst. On the other hand, ZoKHiZ really didn't have the best of opportunities there, the burst at the end. Carrot prepping the first.
Some matches are just like that. Still, that was very fast-paced, and I think it might be a continuing trend, because both of these characters it's just, to a degree, in one way or another, are going to run at you. Hit you a lot of times, very hard.
Wait, that was the second win for a Carrot, right? I think I forgot to put in 1 point.
Was it?
Was it? Was it? Fuck. I can't
believe
it.
Was the first. I do think it was just the first.
Okay, okay. I can't believe it. I'm the worst at keeping score.
It's just a testament to how well these players play. They just, you know, keep us engaged in the gameplay itself, that you don't actually think about score, you're just here to watch good gameplay.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, the Chomp Slash hits, one of the greatest moves that Milia has in her kit.
Fortunately, doesn't get the disc Oki off of that situation.
Oh, this disc still hits.
Yeah, still hit the DP. But ZoKHiZ is still in a favorable position, blocks the burst, and that's a million dead.
ZoKHiZ's time to grasp the burst at the most crucial moment. And I feel like that's very, very Leo thing. A lot of stuff in Leo, if you have the right guess in the right place, that makes all the difference in the world, especially on this character.
Especially versus Milia, you know, the character that forces you to guess.
Ooh, great jab there.
Good back. Yeah, recognizing the times where it's not a true meaty setup for Milia and knowing that you can contest is very important.
Oh, but it goes in the wrong direction! That seemed like such a good read for Zok. Alright.
And unfortunately, Milia's super will just dive up and through you if you're very close, and
Very good presence of mind.
if you queue in the attack, you're fast.
The cross up should get Milia or CarrotOfWisdom this round. Indeed it does. Yeah, look at that. I want to direct your attention how CarrotOfWisdom tends to be dealing with a lot of these jumps from ZoKHiZ. The deep dash in with Milia's mobility and then use the low on the landing. Has done it like 3-4 times already. Oh, the poke from full screen. 6p immediate response burst from ZoKHiZ.
Yeah. You can't afford to lose another interaction right now.
Oh, there's ZoKHiZ meeting on the landing. Or putting the button out. But this, I think it hits, right?
With that 2k, yeah. Oh, no, not 2k, just... Actually, what is the little kick that
Back turn kick?
you can run back? Yeah, back turn kick. That is doesn't recover fast enough in that situation, unfortunately.
Yeah, it does recover fast, but you know that super starts up pretty fast after the flash, I think, as well. It's of course if you manage to be neutral in the back turn as Leo when you see the super coming out, of course you can always back turn D and reflect the super. But if you're still recovering, no sir. Oh, back and forth. Nice challenge.
That's a lot of pressure on ZoKHiZ. The double instant overhead gets punished by the DP. Now.
And a really great thing about the Leo's flash kick is not only does it deal a lot of damage, but it also starts your pressure. Oh, great escape there. The instant air dash jump heavy. And now ZoKHiZ has to defend once again. Great trade. I think ZoKHiZ will happily take that.
Create some distancing, yeah. At any moment, Milia's not on top of you, running her game plan is a moment you're kind of winning. But unfortunately, that wasn't enough of a favorable position for ZoKHiZ to kind of get momentum once again.
Great dash whiff punish there on the whiff jump bar slash from Leo. Ooh, barely missing the jump slash. Yeah, it comes with a cost if you miss that one. Ooh, that was dangerous. Still gets a flash kick. And here we go.
Oh no! The
blue.
slowdown kept that counter active for long enough for Carrot to just recognize and punish afterwards. Now the OTG close slash hit.
Oh, that should be it. Yes, it did. Yeah, I think ZoKHiZ has played those Berserker slashes fairly far and wide in between, but CarrotOfWisdom, after the first interaction, has been able to throw most of them so far.
Ooh. Okay.
Just taking a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, sometimes it's important to just get the mental reset. This is a very fast-paced match. You don't get a lot of room to...
Oh my goodness, ZoKHiZ getting every single read correct.
Yeah. And that's what the mental reset was for. It's just taking the opportunity to take a deep breath and go back in with a fresher mind. Now,
the delay DP, that's gonna be enough, right? Yes, super.
Yeah.
Wow.
No burst this round, and now goes into the next round.
Yeah, it can easily look like this once Leo gets into the groove and gets all of those. Wow, the double backdash. Knew that Carrot wanted the full screen into a throw.
Carrot using the burst for a full bar of meter. Risky situation if ZoKHiZ manages to get in now. Milia, low defense stats, will take a lot of damage, and without burst, you just kind of have to take it. As shown here.
Now,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
that's a lot of health to lose.
yeah, this will go back to neutral though, so Leo will have to find a way in. And probably waste a little bit of time here. ZoKHiZ wants to have the 50 meter on board as soon as possible. Oh, is that
Manages
enough?
to get the air hit. It will be enough. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
That's my boy. A lot of those conversions came from like air-to-air jump heavy counter hits as well, which is like not the easiest conversion to make, especially unless your opponent is super high in the air. Oh wow, which side? Using the jump as a cute dive kick out of there.
yeah. Having a way of forcing an advance out of the corners is very good. Especially if you can get your opponent to be committed to being into the corner and not able to punish.
Speaking of things that get you out of the corner, using Berserker Slash there to run on the ground and reverse the situation. However, CarrotOfWisdom, lots of meter here, this looks bad. What's the response from ZoKHiZ gonna be? Attempting the ODG and into the throw.
Another grab. Yeah.
Ooh, great, the close slash anti-air. Such a nice button for Emilia. One of definitely those characters who love anti-airing with close slash whenever possible. Ooh, keeping the corner, I love that.
Recognizing there's gonna be the wall slump instead, so just playing for the corner. Yeah, being able to know which combos are gonna cause wall slump and which ones are gonna cause attack. Very important on characters like Milia that want to vortex you into the corner or any other position and just keep pressure going.
Yeah, also Leo though, I think it goes for both of these characters. Both very, like, characters that just want to be in there.
Oh yeah, that's a dead Milia. Ooh.
But I guess...
ZoKHiZ taking is to a third round.
That 2D
What
has
you
been...
going to say?
2D has been used to very good extent from CarrotOfWisdom. Not punished even once so far. Although it might be a little hard for Leo to punish. Like, look at that again. Once again, the Berserker Slash thrown. CarrotOfWisdom showing uncanny concentration. Here's the DP though, immediate burst.
Yeah, you don't want to just take that, especially since ZoKHiZ had the meter to continue a combo off of the DP. That could have been very fast ends to Carrot. Now, 2 bars of meter, another super wall break. No, or not?
Not going for the super though. I hope this is not gonna bite ZoKHiZ back in the ass, because here come the mix-ups.
Oh no. But there's burst. Oh! And reversal super.
Alright, good read at
Is
the
that
end
an
there.
attempt? I think that was an attempt to the wake-up grab from Carrot. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I just saw it with a slight delay on your stream on the second monitor. That's what just happened.
Ooh, that's kind of cute. The re-jump after there. Emilia has so much potential for a lot of, like, there's obviously the layer 1, but then all the special kind of setups that you can run in addition to that.
Yeah, and generally just kind of playing off of the assumptions that players are going to have from your gameplay. You know,
Uh-oh.
punishing the full EP.
I think ZoKHiZ was trying to throw there, but CarrotOfWisdom having none of it, and now... Overhead blocked. Uh-oh.
And there's a lot of meter for ZoKHiZ to play with. jump Bs, just get away from me. Oh, that is a bullet Milia. That is a 100-meter bailout. Unfortunate for ZoKHiZ. That's not very much what you want to do. You don't want to just kind of throw your meter away, but that doesn't matter when you can just kill the Milia anyway.
That far slash, I think, caught CarrotOfWisdom's air dash out of the corner or jump attempt. I'm not quite sure what that was, but man, it's a surprisingly good button at catching stuff in the air as well. Now potentially one hit away, finds a good 6B. Oh, the disc doesn't go exactly where Carrot wanted.
Oh, the jump dust forcing the burst out of Carrot, and now Carrot still has the corner, but giving a little bit of room for ZoKHiZ to breathe.
Alright, clears the heavy fireball. Oh, but a little too far from the throw. Oh, save for ZoKHiZ though. The Zok is at very decent health. That's gonna punish. Yeah, no problem still. Carrot used 50 meter on that, and Zok is still holding 50.
And burst, if you know, if needs be, there's that option.
Yeah, Carrot needs some really good reads here.
And ZoKHiZ is just playing it slow.
Yeah,
and there goes the Sonic Boom to finish it off.
I feel like that
sometimes you just have to play a little lame.
Yeah, I mean, when you have that life lead, you like ZoKHiZ is a Street Fighter player. He knows how it's supposed to be played at that point. And you know, Sonic Boom is a very decent poke. It's usually not too great because it doesn't lead into anything, but when your opponent is just about to be tapped out, it becomes very strong. Speaking of strong, this round from Carrot. Oh, great read, yeah. After that first Rekka, or not Rekka anymore, a Legacy GG player, that, what do you even call that? I still call that Rekka 1. Minus on block, reading the backdash from Zok. Again, that very deep dash 2D reaches Zok, the Sonic Boom! Or sorry, the flash kick hitting both directions. And now the stagger pressure. Carrot. Ooh, that was so tricky. I thought that was gonna cross. But I mean, that's Milia for you.
Picking up off of the hair card, now there's a Leo in the corner. Giving room for Leo to just kind of do something and then respond off of it. It's very smart. You know, a lot of players will just kind of keep pressure going and give themselves very obvious gaps. And Carrot seems to just be okay with allowing ZoKHiZ to do something and then responding to that.
Is that enough?
But unfortunately for them this time, that just led to...
Oh my god! Wait, they threw that? I thought I thought you can't throw that if it's a meaty. The Berserker slash. Maybe ZoKHiZ mistimed it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Oh! The air tech.
Oh my god, which side? ZoKHiZ got mixed up and so did we. Uh-oh. Not like this.
See, this is the moment where our players were very patient and didn't just press rematch right away. No, it's not. Unfortunately, having, you know, before the Testament patch, I swear we only got the connection, like spectator kick happening once per evening. And today we had it twice. After they said it was supposed to have been fixed.
Yeah.
So I'm not liking this Arxis.
I'm honestly, like, other than Testament, this is like the change that I've been excited about the most. And they teased it. They said it was like, unless they meant something else, I'm not sure what else they could have meant though. Like, for me, it was speaking out exactly to, like, all the tournament organizers out there. It's like, worry not, we've fixed this. This will never happen again. And lo and behold.
Yeah. So we can commentate on just their health bars, and ZoKHiZ just seems to have dropped around. I wonder if they have awareness and they're sandbagging, but...
Yeah, I know ZoKHiZ sometimes has the stream open, so I wouldn't put it past for them to notice.
And I don't think ZoKHiZ would get perfected twice in a row. I want to believe that. So from the looks of it, I think that has been a sandbag for everyone's viewing pleasure.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Because I mean, this has been so good so far. I would much rather not miss any of this, to be honest. 4 apiece. Oh boy.
I'm seeing they actually spoke in the organization Discord. Apparently, even they had problems this time. They had just a momentary disconnect when we got kicked. So,
oh damn,
that's even worse than what we were typically used to. But anyway, back into it. 4-4, evened up between these two players. Pretty well matched.
Missed the air throw.
Now, running behind the heavy sonic boom.
The bursts have been used. This time the 2D trades. Oh wow, I think it kind of got auto-corrected there, the stand strike, but...
Oh,
right.
DRCing to get a trade after a hair card?
Oh my god, the long-reaching hair, the close slash hitting everywhere.
The 10-10 combo experience.
Wow,
And
that Twitch reaction.
just going for it.
ZoK!
That has to instill fear in Carrot's mind.
I mean, if I see somebody do that, I'm fucking scared out of my mind. You have to be a madman to go for that.
Look, I've seen that ZoKHiZ has the title of the IK Club president, and I didn't know how that could translate into Strive until just now.
The jump heavy at that range, not gonna translate into much, but in a good place, corner, lots of meter, CarrotOfWisdom, barely getting their burst back soon. RC to keep the pressure alive, but
There's
again,
a lot of risk. But thankfully, Carrot manages to get out, get in a good position, gets that jump slash. And Winger super to finish it off. Will it kill? It does,
comfortably.
yeah.
It's kind of cool. Winger does have multiple hits there at the end, so...
Yeah, so it's pretty good to deal with guts. Little overhead step. Good grab, yeah.
Oh, the bad moon. Do it twice.
2 bad moons, and now a DP.
Does 2 bad moons make a full moon?
You have to assume so.
Ooh, finds the low. Here we go. Rare footage of the Berserker slash actually going through. You don't expect it when you're already being comboed. The double up. Oh, I think ZoKHiZ has this. The super.
Yeah, this just kills. That deals so much damage. Milia has not a lot of health.
And for the first time in the set, I think ZoKHiZ is in the lead. Who would have thought?
Genuinely, that one round where they took a bit before hitting rematch seems to have given so much momentum to ZoKHiZ. I think it really says a lot about how much kind of allowing yourself a mental reset can play in these kind of higher pressure environments. But not to say that Carrot is out of this, because Carrot is just going unrelenting with this corner pressure. Hitting it again, and ZoKHiZ being patient about the burst usage now probably will take it just into the next round.
Yeah, sometimes you will face rounds like this though. Both of these characters, once they get the ball rolling, it can easily look like a very one-sided match. Oh, the gold burst punished. Not too badly though.
Yeah, definitely 2 characters that when they get playing, they're basically just playing single player.
And look
the
at
other
this.
Person, once again.
Bursting that DP just tells how much momentum means in this matchup. CarrotOfWisdom just not willing to take even a flash kick.
Yeah, and just kills again with a Winger super. Just took a very fast round. Just really didn't like that ZoKHiZ was pulling ahead.
Like in a lot of other fighting games, I might disagree to bursts like that, but man, this is Strive, and you gotta play sort of the meta. And I think in that situation, that's the right call. Ooh, nice with punish. Yeah, staying patient. If obviously best case scenario, you don't want to let Leo heavy Sonic Boom for free, because it is kind of difficult to deal with. But so far, CarrotOfWisdom has been dealing it pretty well. Oh, a little too early.
Counter grab. Yeah. But now BRC just gets Carrot back in the offensive position. And I think that's kind of just what Carrot has been banking on, is just using their resources to be on the driver's seat during the set.
Oh, the first time ZoKHiZ punishes that. The beautiful whiff punish there on 2D. Because Carrot so far, oh, burst bait. Carrot doesn't bite though. Get a bite out of this, Carrot! Drift in there, close slash ZoKHiZ. Wow. I've seen Zok play a lot with that round start 2K. That seems like a pretty decent button for Leon.
And the DP to keep Carrot in the corner.
Basic close slash tick, into a throw, into pressure. Yeah, has to RC there and gets a very nice counter hit.
Yeah, rewarded for spending meter on a whiff. And now just going to keep taking ZoKHiZ on a ride. Just, yeah, corner to corner. Just kind of showing what Melee can do with a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, a little bit of a win there for Carrot, taking that round after ZoKHiZ's burst. That ZoKHiZ should be getting with melee damage, should be getting that burst back. Finds the low. Here's where it starts at the disc. ZoKHiZ slowly running out of health. Cross up into a throw. Where is ZoKHiZ gonna burst though? It's very late, gets it off, but now
just kind of has to essentially be perfect for the rest of the round. Gets grabbed off the Berserker Slash and the instant Bad Moon.
Ooh, CarrotOfWisdom getting it back. 1 point lead.
Yeah, and now comes the hardest bit. Maybe perhaps the hardest bit for both of these players is, you know, can ZoKHiZ keep the mental composure to make sure that Carrot doesn't win? Can Carrot kind of keep themselves going and getting the last point?
We've gathered data for 11 games now, and now heading into the championship round, it's time to put all of that data into test.
Oh no, I think Winger's going to hit here on that low kick.
Oh, it
getting
reaches.
a solid with punish.
Oh no! ZoKHiZ wanted to YRC there, but
It
Carrot
didn't
on top of
reach.
that. Yeah. It probably wasn't even baiting it, but it was just pure reach, like you said. Oh, rare footage. Berserker Slash going through. But not getting a lot out of that. Oh, the second hit.
Second hit of the DP.
Again, dashing low. That's the weakness of that parry stance from Leo. It catches mids, but it doesn't catch lows.
Gets hit by the DP. And now ZoKHiZ is in the favorable position on the corner with meter.
First command grab we see going for the kill. Is it enough?
And
It is.
that's it. Yeah. Denies the first set points to CarrotOfWisdom. And now just needs to take one more to put themselves in that position.
Oh, that's a very good start from CarrotOf. Whoa, it's still going. What? That was beautiful.
It just goes from round start to the end.
Again,
Oh no.
Oh no. Immediate
Doesn't get
DP.
Oh no, grabbed into the corner and 2 full bars of meter and burst. There's so many resources here.
This is danger zone for ZoKHiZ. Oh, is he gonna be safe? I think that's gonna hit. No. Oh, too early. Oh, such a messy situation. RC on the flash kick. 100
And then
meter.
burst.
Uh-oh. Which side? Good trade for ZoKHiZ. Getting out of that
ZoKHiZ
pressure.
still has burst, so it's just a matter of, are you going to be able to use it? We're in the corner, and that's it.
Doesn't get to use any of that. Carrot of Wisdom, arguably, I guess, the more experienced player with their character, able to come out of this matchup 7-5, but man,